Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Aquatic Morning Show. It is Friday, July 23rd, and we have our special co-host this morning. We've got Jack and Dan, you guys.
What's up, everybody? It's Friday, baby.
That's right. It's Friday. Of course, if you're into landscaping or anything like that, don't really have a weekend.
It just goes by the weather pretty much, huh?
Pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much. That's right. But I did get to take off this weekend. So, being my own boss, I have a lot of bosses, but I can still kind of coordinate when I can and
Right.
work and not work.
Is that what you do, landscaping?
It is. It is, yes.
Cool. We do
Yeah.
a lot of landscaping around here too, don't we?
Yeah.
I wish I could do more for myself than what I do for everybody else.
Everybody else.
That's right.
It's a fun job. I'll tell you, I did some of that too when I was younger, and that was one of my first jobs. I started working at around, 8 or 9, had a paper route and did landscaping with Jack's uncles.
Yep.
Started saving up that old college money,
Joseph Stanley.
We were pretty well known in the neighborhood, the Herman boys. And the three of us would go, shovel snow and do leaves.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fantastic way to make money when you're little.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's what I keep trying to let Landon know. I'm like, dude, just go with me. Just do it. No, we don't have the snow, but
Right. Yeah. You're lucky.
they usually down here they'll usually because we don't have snow, they do Christmas lights. So they put up a lot of Christmas lights to substitute us not having snow. But
where are you at?
South or Louisiana.
Oh, I love Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
Me and Jack were supposed to go back to Louisiana for spring break of 20, and the virus put the kibosh on that.
Yeah.
We're planning on going to San Antonio, Texas this spring, right?
Right.
Really?
So here's the thing. We went to San Antonio. What was that? 3 years ago, maybe?
Oh boy.
That was some of the first videos we ever did. We went swimming with the sharks at the San Antonio Aquarium.
Yep.
Right.
There was a pretty good sized blacktip shark in there around Jack's size.
Yeah.
But he wasn't too afraid of her. She was nice.
Yeah.
And that was a great experience. That was one of the first videos we ever posted. And then what we planned on doing, we went and did Disney for New Year's Eve of 20. And then we came back home. Then COVID hit. Things started to subsiding. We were going to take a road trip. And we were going to do from Cleveland to Gatlinburg to San Antonio to New Orleans. Just make a whole break.
Yeah.
But the whole thing got thrown out of the bus.
Got derailed.
So we're going to do San Antonio this coming spring break, just that.
Yeah.
Because Pamela's never been there. She's been to Texas, but never there.
Yeah.
And so we're going to take her, and I think we'll maybe do New Orleans the next year or something like that.
Cool.
See, Rocko lives San Antonio.
I live in the San Antonio area.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, really? Well, we'll have to hook up when we come down.
Oh,
and then
sweet.
Chubbs Aquatics, he's down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I am in the northwest corner of Louisiana. So even though me and Chubbs are in the same state, we're almost 5-6 hours away.
Yeah, it's the same thing in Cleveland. Like people, because we just did a video where we visited Akron, because everybody knows Akron because of LeBron. And of course we mentioned LeBron in there and stuff. But it's 45 minutes. I mean, Cleveland and Akron aren't close. But then you got Cincinnati, because Mary Page Flynn.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm back in Kentucky. Maybe I can meet you guys at the fish rescue or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's 5 hours from you. I mean, Cleveland's like, we can throw a stone and hit Lake Erie from our house. You know what I mean? Like across the pond is Canada.
What?
Yeah.
I grew up. I was born in Conneaut and Ashtabula.
Oh yeah, so that's a little more north than us, kind of up the lake. But we live in by Westlake, Avon, North Ridgeville, that area.
Oh, right on. Cool. I know right where you're at. Way cool.
But I gotta say good morning. Everybody's saying good morning to us,
we
buddy.
got to give some good mornings. Chewy, which we will bring Chewy up since he got this ball rolling.
Oh,
We'll bring Chewy up here in a little bit. Let's see. Peter was second in here. Good morning, Peter, Guppy Guru. Miss Lori has been texting me this morning and keeping me in line. So I got my notes. Dave Farrell, good morning. Natural
Yeah, it
Aquariums.
looks like the whole Farrell family's on. That's nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, today is Miss Sandy's birthday. So
they won our giveaway. We did a giveaway. We did a we did a shout out video / update on Pamela's contest / Aquafunk giveaway. I don't know if you saw that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. //
And we made everybody count the amount of times we said Aquafunk during our shout out video.
Yeah.
And Olivia, I think, is the older daughter of the. I don't know if you say Pharrell or Farrell.
Well, I say Farrell, but I don't know. I guess I've never thought of it. Just
they won that, and then she said, "Oh, she said I'll take a T-shirt." And then we were talking. We watch all their videos, and they're big fans of ours, and they always comment. They're such nice people. I said, we're just going to send the whole family shirts. So just send us your sizes and stuff. So we just ordered those. They'll probably be here in the next couple of days, and we'll send them over to them. So that'll be really cool.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That'd be a good birthday present for her to get in the mail. Natural Aquariums. Good morning, Select Pet. Good morning, 3G. Good morning, Greg. I need to meet up with you today, Greg. And then Big E's support group.
I think Big E's is from Cleveland or something. Isn't?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. There's quite a few people from around this area that are in the fish family, or fish tube era of things. I think that we see and talk to a lot. And there's a lot of other YouTubers that we hooked up with that aren't even into fish at all.
Yeah.
And we might be doing some collab videos with some pretty funny dudes.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bob and Joe.
Yeah.
Bob the Raptor and Joe.
Yeah.
If you've never heard of, well, they're taking a little hiatus because they have a family member that's sick, and he's done quite a few videos at the Cleveland Clinic. But Bob the Raptor and Joe, if you've never seen them, they're absolutely hilarious.
And they have a YouTube channel too?
They do food reviews, but they're like little raptors. And he does two different voices. They're two velociraptors. They're hilarious. He lives in Menor, like maybe half an hour from us. But the thing is the one raptor, because we're plant based. And so the one raptor is open to trying plant-based things, where the other, and then the other raptor is old school. He's like, we're raptors, we got to eat meat. And then he always makes comments about us being, it's funny. He goes, I don't understand how they're so healthy when they eat that junk food like fruits and vegetables. But anyway, we go back and forth and shout out to each other a lot, and we want to do a collaboration video. It'll be totally hilarious because the guy's hilarious. The guy is absolutely hilarious. If you've never checked out, look up Bob the Raptor and Joe.
Okay.
They're hilarious, and the guy is a huge science fiction nerd just like us. So awesome. So the one raptor like talks about all this sci-fi stuff, and the other raptor just calls him a nerd and picks on him, and he does both the voices, and he changes his voice incredibly well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back and forth. It's a really great channel. It should be much bigger than it is, in our opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
There's a lot of channels that way. Joseph Stanley, good morning. I hope everything's going well with you. If you are here early, that means you should definitely hit that like button, y'all.
That's right. 33 watching, 22 likes.
That's right. Good morning, Miss Deborah Dee Fish Den. Dee's Fish Den. Highlight why it did it. I don't know what you're talking about. And I will go ahead and say this too, you guys. Yesterday we hit 50 people, actually 56 to be exact, in chat. Right. And we did a giveaway, a keychain giveaway at 50. Today, if we reach 60, I'll do the same thing.
Cool.
We'll give away another keychain. So just putting that out there.
That sounds awesome. I love giveaways.
Yes.
We've won quite a few, and we've done quite a few. They're a lot of fun. It's kind of cool. And then we started doing these shout out videos a long time ago because we started sending people stickers. We had a bunch of stickers made, and we started sending them out. And then what happened is people started sending us back their stickers, but not only were they sending us back stickers, they were sending back all kinds of this other stuff. Oh yeah, you got a whole collection too. So what we did is,
those are all mine. Those are all my
we'll have to swap stickers, guys.
Absolutely.
Oh, she got her
like
stickers.
4 or 5
Good.
tires.
In fact, I opened it this morning.
Oh, good.
I was like, right in time. I've got to get mine are being printed. So as soon as I get my new ones in, I will definitely send them that way. Send them your way.
Right on.
What we did is we kind of converted Jack's wall over his bridge tank, his famous Aqua Bridge tank, to like the Wall of Fame, and we put everybody's stickers kind of over that, so that whenever we do updates on that or work on that or videos on that, sometimes we do streams from in front of there too.
Is that
But
the one that has the
clear tube?
other tank upside down?
No, that's the Aqua Cave, and that one's gone. We took that one apart recently.
That was my favorite one, only because I want to do the same thing.
Thanks, that's nice. You know, that Aqua Cave, you know, people that don't know the history a little bit, I mean, way long time ago, I started doing fish when I was about 4. And then I started designing tanks and things. And when I graduated college, obviously I had student loans. And at that time, believe it or not, they weren't hiring new nurses. They were like, if you don't have experience, we're not going to hire you. Those days are long gone. And now new grads,
they are.
But at that point in time, there was a huge influx. And there was actually a lot of my nursing student friends were going to other states to get jobs. And I was like, well, I'm going to stick it out. So I got a job at a pet shop. There's a lot of pet shops around here, and I always liked fish. And so I got a job at a pet shop, started a fish room, started designing tanks, put the designs in the back of, remember those old Popular Mechanics magazines?
Yeah.
And I would sell them. I got a post office box, and I basically, I would put an ad in the back of Popular Mechanics, and I said, hey, man, just send me $5 money order, and I'll give you a book of some of my designs. And I sold thousands of them all over the world. It was pretty cool.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, it was neat. I mean, back then, that's all there was. There was no internet or anything yet.
Right.
Internet wasn't born until a couple years after that. So I made several $1,000s on that, and I paid off a good chunk of my student loans. And then all of a sudden, people started hiring nurses again. And so I got really busy doing that and kind of got away from the hobby. But I always kind of go back to it. And then when Jack was born, I put a tank over his crib, and he's had one in his room ever since he was born.
That's awesome.
And what we did with the reason that we made the bridge tanks is because we wanted to add more. He had a 40 gallon in there, and we wanted to make it bigger, but the levels of the dressers, he had his, that dresser you got in there is your great grandmother's. It's like 100 years old. It's kind of like a family heirloom. And I says, well, I can't get rid of it. I got to keep it. So we bought him this like loft bed, and it had 2 little cabinets next to it, but they were lower. And so I did some measurements and found out that if I added 2 20 talls next to it, they were the same height. As long as they were the same height, you could connect them. And so what we did is we took some PVC and like a hurricane basically, but you could use anything.
Yeah.
We used a hurricane for the one. The other one, we just did that old trick that they did on Tanked. Remember that guy Redneck that was on Tanked, and he showed how you can take the bottom of a bottle off by lighting it on fire?
Yeah.
So we did a video where we showed how to do that. And I think we just titled the video, we did the tank bottle trick, and it worked.
Yeah.
And it literally worked like the first time. We were out here on the patio, and it was like at night. And I got like 3 of these vases because I didn't think it was going to work. And we flamed it up.
Yeah, it was really cool.
We put yarn around it. Yeah. And then what's the stuff we use? Like nail polish remover? Acetone. Put nail polish remover, acetone on it, soaked it, lit it on fire, and then it gets hot, and then you dunk it in ice water, and it just cracks the bottom right off and makes a perfect tube.
Yeah.
So then after we did that, like hundreds of people were sending us pictures of how they did it. And some of them were jagged, some of them weren't, and they were asking for tips. And we said, well, you got to get it really hot. You got to let it burn. You really got to hold it up straight, let it burn, and then dunk it. And a lot of people ended up mimicking that same design because they were like, you can go to those resale shops and you can buy those vases for like $3 or $4 on clearance.
Yeah.
Which is way cheaper than buying acrylic. You can go online and clear PVC is impossible to find. It costs hundreds of dollars. Especially the elbows. Because people are like, why didn't you make the elbows clear? And I go, because I don't have $1,000 sitting around.
Seen, like,
right.
Like clear PVC.
Yeah, oh, they're like $700. It's ridiculous. So we kept
That's
those
crazy.
white, and then you can use glass or PVC for the straight part. You can go on Amazon or whatever, and you can find clear PVC or clear acrylic or whatever. But we thought glass would be the best because then it wouldn't scratch
Sure.
and all that.
Yeah.
And so then we added another one, and so now there's 3 of them, and it's really cool because the fish go through them into the one tank to the other tanks. And now we have a massive project, which if you guys, I'm not going to show it really because it's a spoiler, but if you guys watch Ohio Fish Rescue, about 2 days ago, Jack was actually, I don't know what you were at camp or something.
Yeah.
And I drove over there on my lunch break because he got that lady's husband who passed away. She had like 100 tanks in her barn.
Uh-huh.
And he said, hey, if you want some of these, come and get them. So I drove over there and I got like 6 of them.
Wow.
And we're going to be kind of turning that into a big project.
Wow.
For it's kind of going to be like an indoor pond. We've been wanting to do an indoor pond for a long time, but we wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that's going to be.
Well, there you go, guys.
I can't wait.
Stay in tune with that one.
Right. Got some more good mornings to say. Good morning, Paul McCarthy. Miss Susan from SLC Aquatics. Good morning, Joseph Stanley. I think I said good morning, but if not, good morning. Vanoski Tanks.
Yeah,
Dave Farrell. Melvin Reef. Lady Diane. I think that's everyone so far. If I missed you, please throw it down in the bottom and let me know.
Yeah, here's George. He wants to say hi. Yeah, Natural Aquariums. If you look on Amazon, if you want to make it easier than dealing, here's George. He wants to say good morning.
Good morning,
Hey,
George.
If you want to get
outside, so I gotta get him.
If you want to get some acrylic tubes, you can go on Amazon and you can get a couple of pretty much the same measurement. The problems that people run into, and this is why another reason we did it the way is that if you try to do this, they might not fit. Were you just yawning, dude?
He said,
the tubes may not fit exactly in there, and we did show in quite a few videos how you can use a grinder and you can widen it or whatever. Really, dude? You can use a grinder. One of the things that we did when we went shopping for them is we just actually took the elbows to the store with us and just stuck them on different vases so that we made sure we got a perfect fit.
Right.
And that's you know, it's great to order things online. And like I said, you can do that, but we have a lot of like resale shops and clearance shops and those kind of things around here. So we'd rather just go. And the other thing that's nice about that is you can bargain because Dad does the bargaining, doesn't he?
Yeah. You like doing that, huh?
Sometimes Jack doesn't love that. Because I'll look at something, he goes, how cheap do you need to be? And I go, as cheap as possible, buddy.
I tell you what, penny saved is a penny earned, my friend.
I can see Lyndon saying that.
I'll be in the clearance aisle of Mark's, and I'm like, where's the manager? You know, and I'll be like, this is, you know, I'm going to get like 5 of these. And he's like, what do you need 5 for? And I go, because we do some crazy things. So I need 5 of them. And, you know, give me a deal. And say hi to everybody, George. George is kind of shy. If Pamela's not around, he's kind of a mama's boy.
Oh,
see, look,
like
he's
my
just,
dog too.
Well, when she's around, he's like Mr. Go-Getter. He's just kind of like a stuffed animal. He just kind of, hey, what's
he
up?
He's the cutest little dog.
What's up, dudes? But then when she comes home, he's hyper, Mr. Hyper.
He reminds me of a seal.
Yeah, kind of like a seal.
Flippers.
He just got groomed. He just got groomed. So you got corgis, right?
I do. They're all up underneath me too.
Lacey's not here. Lacey's kind of the really another yawn. That's a big one. Lacey has her own playlist, Lacey the Mighty Dachshund. She's pretty popular on our channel. And what happened is when we split up, me and Miranda, Lacey was kind of like Miranda's daughter's dog. But they have a lot going on and stuff. And so there's the corgi.
This is the baby, the one that did her birth is actually on a live stream.
Cool.
Yeah, so we did a live stream when she was being born, and I kept her out of this litter. But she's the famous one here. But,
she's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love animals. I can't help it.
Lacey has some friends that are corgis.
Yeah, I've got her mother and her brother from a previous litter. So I let Landon keep a male out of the litter before her. But they're a little bit bigger to hold than the one you got in your hand.
Oh, he's tiny. Now
Yeah.
holding Lacey can be a pain because she's a beast.
Yeah, she's pretty muscular.
She weighs like 22, 23 pounds. She's just very muscular. She's a go-getter.
Yeah.
This guy though, he's little. So she comes. We kind of do shared parenting with Lacey.
Yeah.
So she comes over every couple of weeks, and she stays for a week or so, and then she goes back. And it's kind of helpful for them because if they take a vacation, plus she knows us and she knows the house. I mean, she lived here her whole life.
Right.
When we split up, she left and we kept the house. So, kind of Lacey likes being here. And in the beginning, when Pamela moved in, she didn't like George very much.
Yeah.
And George tried to do what boy dogs do, and
Right.
Lacey made it clear that was not going to happen.
Not happening.
She messed you up a little bit, didn't she? And then he never tried that again.
Yeah.
Now you're a little gentleman, aren't you? He's funny.
So cute.
But he plays with her now, and he knows,
He knows his boundaries.
Yeah, and she, I have to yell at her once in a while. She goes a little she just mows them over. She's used to playing with big dogs, and she just, So anyway, I'm like, come on, Lace, and then she'll back off a little bit. I'm like, don't hurt him, for God's sakes,
You're right. And there's Rocko. He's got his puppy dog now.
Oh yeah, hey.
Say hi, Dandy.
That big old mic you got right there in the front.
See, after we come home from the gym, they just want to lick us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Salty.
Say hi.
Oh, boy.
Say hi to all the other dogs.
Say hi, George. Say hi, George.
Try holding 20 plus dogs at the same time. Well, as much as I love dogs, Ricky, I'm going to leave that one to you, dude.
Yeah, right.
Definitely. Oh, Big Flip. Good morning, Big Flip. He said
Terry's Tropical Tanks.
Well, that was
What's up?
Terry. Good morning, Terry.
Yeah, but Lacey and George, they have their own playlist now. I changed the name because he's in so many videos now, and he has some of his own. So it's called Lacey the Mighty Dachshund and George Costanza. That's his name. She named him
Miss Lady Diane.
Pamela named him after George from Seinfeld because he's kind of a George Costanza guy, isn't he?
Way cool. I love that show.
Terry said, you all have very nice hamsters. Terry's got big German Shepherds.
Yeah. So Lacey's boyfriend is a German Shepherd. Well, he passed away, but before he did, he was in quite a few videos.
Big white German Shepherd.
Yeah, she likes bigger dogs. She likes hanging out with bigger dogs. She thinks she's a bigger dog, and she just pushes little dogs around and bullies them. But she's learning, and she's getting better and nicer to George, and he's coming out of his shell a little bit.
Awesome.
Pamela was a little bit afraid in the beginning because she used to just plow him over.
Yeah.
Well, when you get out, you got to definitely make sure there ain't, like I said, I'm sitting here and I got 5 dogs under my feet right here. So you get up, you got to make sure they're not stepping on them.
Yeah.
But JDR, good morning, Jan. It's good to see you. BTW Aquatics, Geek Boy.
All the way from Holland.
That's right. So people are still making their way in here. Big Flip Coins.
So I
believe he's got a stream tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
So you breed dogs, you breed fish, you breed horses.
Yeah, I breed every animal that I own.
Any animal that comes around, they're going to get bred.
Right. I don't know. I like growing up. We grew up on a, farm, ranch, whatever you want to call it. And, that's just, you breed to survive. That's what we did. That was our livelihood, was the horses and the cows and stuff like that. Well, now, it's just bred into me and I enjoy the heck out of it. So, I just,
and there's a lot of money to be made too.
Yeah. And it's a challenge too, especially with all these fish. Oh my goodness.
Well, I was looking at your website. I mean, you have some amazing fish that you breed.
Thank you. I'm trying really hard. My latest are the Killies, and they are definitely a challenge. And I didn't know. I found out the other day that, and I think Chewy told me that I have the blue Galaris Killie, and it's on the CARES list, and I didn't know that.
Huh.
So,
yeah. Well, if anybody's going to know, it's going to be him because he seems to be up on all that stuff.
My goodness. Oh, my goodness, yes. And I know he was in here first thing this morning, but is he still here? Did he come back in?
Well, I was here at 4 o'clock this morning, and he was already put the thumbs up.
Oh, so. Yeah, he's okay. He's here. Chewy, I'm going to put the link in chat for Chewy right now, you guys. The link will be for everybody else at the last quarter. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Chewy. So Chewy, help kind of get this going. Big Tank Hank, good morning.
Big Tank Hank. What's up, dude?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, my goodness.
Fellow Texan right there.
Yeah, oh, that's right. So what part of Texas are you guys in? You said you're in San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm just east of San Antonio.
And I'm in Shreveport, Bossier, Louisiana. So I'm right on the border of Texas, Louisiana. Like you would be headed to Dallas.
Texana.
Yeah, Texana. We thought about, like I said, we thought about doing that, like a road trip, like from Texas to New Orleans, because when we saw it, we thought it was pretty close, you know?
It is. I mean, let's see, you'd be coming down. I mean, you'd be coming straight down. So what you would hit, you go through Arkansas down to Louisiana and then cut across. I believe is how you do that.
I don't know. I saw it on a map and it looked pretty easy. Just looking at it and the way it all was, you know.
Oh yeah, pretty good highways.
The roads
get off of the beaten path too.
Right. The roads getting down here aren't bad. It's once you get here. The San Antonio road system is the craziest massive spaghetti roads in the entire United States. You ask anybody, I'd rather drive in Chicago than drive in San Antonio.
Yeah, well, it was kind of funny because when we went to San Antonio, we started seeing all these commercials and billboards for lawyers.
Everywhere.
Advertising all these, and I go, what are all these lawyer commercials?
Wow.
And so the locals told us, they said, yeah, there's accidents, there's like 100 accidents every day. And I go, what are you talking about? And then we went, when we rented a Jeep, and it was kind of nice because they actually messed up, and so they ended up giving us a Jeep. We weren't supposed to get one. It was kind of nice because we had like the top down and we were cruising around.
Right on.
And we're going under these, remember the highways and stuff in San Antonio? I mean, it was like something out of a space movie, man. It was like 8 levels of bridges. And I'm like, holy mackerel. And people are just cutting each other off. Yeah. And I was like, oh, now I know what all these lawyer commercials are. This is insane.
Everyone's
so my
upset.
Yeah, and you'd think, being down south, it'd be like hospitable and stuff. Yeah.
I just was very surprised. So we just followed the GPS, went slow, stayed out of people's ways. But it was hilarious because anytime you had the TV on just to like see the news or the weather, there's like 15 lawyer commercials. And I was like, what is going on? Yeah, it was hilarious. They're like famous. They're like local celebrities, these lawyers.
Yep.
They're like, if you got hit by a truck, call us today. And I mean, it was all day long, every day. Yeah. So be careful,
everybody.
Good morning, Chewy.
What's going on, Chewy?
I'm getting ready for my move.
And so you said you were going to end up having to move sooner than what you thought now.
Well, they'd like me to be out there sooner.
Gotcha.
And you're going where?
I'm going to the island, Vancouver Island.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, this was supposed to happen before, but I had health difficulties on the way getting there, so they sent me all the way back here.
Huh.
Okay, rather than helping me get across the ocean, they sent me back. So, and then COVID hit. You see, I suffer from lower body injuries. Okay, I have very bad feet. Okay, and a bad knee from playing hockey, and a broken hip from my knee giving out when I was older, right? So,
wait, so let me get this right. You're from Canada and you play hockey?
I used to.
No.
I used to. Yeah. Around the time that I played hockey, Cleveland had a hockey team.
Yeah, we did.
Called the
That's
Bears.
a while ago.
Yeah, that's about how long ago I played hockey, you know?
We've had gladiator teams, hockey team, you name it. The Force, remember the Force, the soccer team? We've gone through it all.
Yeah, Chicago had the Sting back then too.
That was my game during the summertime. They wouldn't let me play any other contact sports. I was considered a valuable asset up until I got hurt. Like, not too many guys 6'7" were around back then.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, I was the stay-at-home defensive defenseman that wanted to play with Bobby Orr. All the rest of the kids wanted to be Bobby Orr. No, I want to play with him. I'll be his defense partner. It's like having Scott Stevens be Bobby Orr's defense partner.
That's probably how tall this guy's going to end up being over here. He's got uncles that are 7 feet tall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, how tall are you now, dude?
I think I'm like 5 something. I'm not sure.
5 something, like 5'7", 5'8". You're only
what age?
13.
Wow, you're taller than I am.
Yeah.
Landon is short. He's gonna be she's gonna be like me. Me and his dad are. Well, see, I'm 5'2". His dad is 5'4". His grandmother is only 4'8". So unless he gets, I'm 5'2". Yeah, I'm tiny.
I didn't think you were that short. I knew you were short, but I didn't know you were that short.
You're the size of my mother.
I shouldn't talk. I'm only 5'7".
But there's one thing that I would like to bring up now, because of how life goes full circle. I found it very, very interesting. Now, if you go to Jack and Dan's channel, their featured video is with Brett Raymer of Taint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is interesting about that is I got to interview both Brett and Wade.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me about that.
Before their show began. And here's my buddy Jack, who I mean Dan, right? Yeah. Interviewing him after the shows.
Yeah. I tell you what, that was a wild ride for them, man.
Oh, I know it was.
They had a rough start. Doing that. And then it became like literally the biggest show Animal Planet ever had. It's funny. You can talk to literally anybody that you meet on the planet, anywhere in the world, and they know about the show Tanked.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been on vacation in places.
I mean, they've done tanks for Betty White, Morgan, not Morgan,
Tracy Morgan's had a few done, yeah.
Morgan,
Yeah.
Shaq, anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah.
Well, they got so busy, okay? Like, after my accident, I became a publicist, okay? Like the guy who arranges interviews and all of that sort of stuff and make sure the interviewers have got the music to play on their radio shows and all of that sort of stuff. Animal Planet contacted me, okay? I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do an interview, right?
Wow.
I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do an interview with Animal Planet in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm a nighttime owl. Like
I know you are.
Dan can attest to the fact that not a lot of guys that are on road crews want to get up in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, 5 o'clock in the morning is like the time I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like the life kind of goes full circle again there, right? But they were the ones contacting me. By the end of it, you could not book anybody from Tank. They were that,
Oh yeah,
that much in demand.
well, I'll tell you what,
I had a perfect show. Now, I know that Dan might know, okay, because he's watched the video. It was for the advertisement of it, okay?
right.
The Calgary Zoo got hit by a flood, okay? My favorite part of the zoo, the pond was designed by Tank. The filtration system was designed by Tank.
Cool.
How awesome is that?
And so for me, when I really sort of wanted to talk to them, I couldn't get them.
Right. Well, they were so incredibly busy. I
understand that.
Yeah.
So could you do me a favor, Dan? You could probably do this production. Could you get them to talk about the hippo tank at the Calgary Zoo?
Well, I don't know that they're talking yet. So as far as they go, I don't know if there's going to ever be a they again.
How about Brett?
Yeah, possibly. I do text him periodically. I mean, I try not to bother him. He's kind of a busy guy.
Yeah,
but I do text him periodically. We are thinking of going to Vegas for Christmas because we went last year because everything was basically free because they were just trying to get people to go. So
right.
Jack has an older sister that lives in North Carolina. And so he kind of went to visit her and they just hung out for most of his Christmas break because they hadn't seen each other in a while. So Pamela and I decided, let's go to Vegas. We got nothing to do. We all had COVID already, so we all had antibodies. And we were like, let's just go to Vegas. So we went, and there wasn't a lot of people. The flights were next to nothing, and the rooms were free. So I said, cool. And so we went, and so I contacted him, but he was, of course, with his family and everything for the holidays. But I said, we're going to come back maybe next Christmas break and take Jack with us and maybe try to hook up with him again. He lives out there by Red Rock. And if you've never been out in that area, anybody who's seen the video that we posted, I mean, the houses are like redonkulous, right? So he had that house up for sale. Just to give you an idea, the person who was going to buy his house is Eminem, okay?
Wow.
He said, because I asked him, it was funny, and I says, well, he told us, we didn't put a lot of this in the video because it was like private stuff. I wanted to do a tour of the tanks, and I wanted to show some of the memorabilia. You got to remember, anybody they ever did a tank for would sign stuff and give it to him.
They did one for Mike.
So he's done, there's stuff all over his house. I mean, he's probably got millions of dollars worth of signed memorabilia just alone in his house. It's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, the Mike Tyson stuff alone and the Shaquille stuff and, I mean, all the stuff he's got. But anyway,
Tyson stuff's worth a boatload of money.
For the most part, he was really smart to do that. I'll tell you, he's a very smart businessman. Things were going awry, and a lot of people have different feelings about the show. And, some people liked the show, some people didn't like the show. But you can't argue the fact that show brought a lot of attention to aquariums and fish keeping and got a lot of people interested. But it got to the point where it was so ridiculously extravagant. In the beginning, when they started, I don't know if you remember, they were just doing regular people's tanks.
Right.
And then it became a celebrity show, and they were only doing celebrities. And I remember when I talked to them, I go, how come you guys stopped doing that? And they're like, it's just the network. It's what they wanted us to do.
Yeah.
And when they're giving a person, you got to remember, I mean, a person like Brett, I mean, they struggled their whole lives to try to do what they wanted to do. ATM was their dream, and they were not making a ton of money by any means. And then he pitched 3 times. He pitched Tank to Animal Planet, and they turned him down every time, telling them it was the dumbest idea they ever heard. So it kind of goes to show you that if you really believe in something, and if you push it, and if you do things the way that, that it can succeed. And just to give you an idea, they did 15 seasons, and he got almost $1 million per season. Just him. So it'll give you an idea that if you're $1 million in debt and your company is folding, but you keep pushing and you persevere toward a dream, I mean, look what happened there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's unbelievable.
Yes,
so unfortunately, there was a lot of personal things that happened there. I think a lot of people know that like Wade and Heather were on TMZ and stuff like that. And a lot of stuff went down there. And basically, none of them really talk much anymore.
Yeah.
But that's a shame.
Good.
But that happens. Things like that happen. We hear about these kind of reality shows, things happening all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a neat thing that he FaceTimed Jack. That was the most coolest thing for me to be able to meet him. And he FaceTimed Jack. And the coolest part is, if you look at that video, I go through periods of shaving my head in the summertime. This summer's not very hot, so I'm letting it do this whatever 80s thing. Yeah, I look scary when I'm bald, he said. But it's funny because he said, hey, give me your phone. When we were there talking, he said, hey, give me your phone. And he grabbed my phone and he just FaceTimed Jack. And Jack luckily answered. And he started talking to him. And Jack took a look at the screen and just thought it was me because we're like two, white bald guys that look the same, right? So he starts talking to Brett. And Brett's talking to him. He's like, what are you doing? You doing your homework, man, and stuff? And Jack looks at him and he goes, hey, wait a minute. This isn't my dad. And he goes, you're the guy from Tanked. That was so funny. I'll never forget it. And
How awesome is that?
And he said, he gave Jack a lot of great advice. He said, keep doing what you're doing. Have a great hobby. Have a great creative outlook. Always try to be creative in whatever you do. You got to have a creative outlet. I think a lot of kids these days, they're playing video games or they're, and it's like, get out there and do something. It doesn't have to be aquariums. It could be landscaping. It could be plants. It could be, gardening, but do something with your hands.
Yeah.
And do something for the
problem solve.
Do some problem solving. Do something creative. What'd you say?
I like to cook.
Yeah, he likes cooking. We do cooking videos, of course.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Get in there and do something that has to do with real life and get your hands dirty a little bit. So anyway, I thought it was really inspirational. I thought it was really cool to meet him. And I think that, so RB Animals is asking about OFR. So OFR has been pretty open. So what happened with OFR? A lot of people want to know how we know OFR. So I don't know if you guys noticed.
Which is Ohio Fish Rescue?
Yeah. Okay. So Ohio Fish Rescue, they started their YouTube channel around the same time we did. And we started networking and talking to other fish tubers. We were kind of new to it. And I noticed they were in Strongsville, which is about 20 minutes from us. And I kind of recognized Big Rich because a lot of people know, and of course Chewy does, because I sent him a CD, that I was a drummer and a singer in a hardcore metal band. And I did that for I played drums my whole life and sang my whole life, but I had an actual band for about 10 years. And then right around the time Jack was born, I kind of stopped because there just isn't time to do all these things.
Yeah.
And I did send Chewy a CD because he's into it, but it's hardcore old school metal. It's nothing to mess around with. I mean, I'm talking like Propane, Hatebreed, Sick of It All, Agnostic Front, old school. Yeah, the old school metal. And you could tell from my voice. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that sings like, Kenny G or whatever.
Me and my phone were in the car.
Let's hear a little Kenny G. Come on, give us a little Kenny G.
Yeah, so a lot of Jack's friends' parents actually knew our band, and it's kind of funny when once in a while I'll go to meet like one of his friends, and I'll walk up and because we got pretty big for a while there, and what happens is I would go to meet these kids' parents, and they'd be like, "Hey, you're that guy from All Out, man," or something like that, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. It's okay. I'm just a regular person like you,
Danny Weshy said he wants a CD.
Yeah.
And Danny Weshy he's into that. I mean, he is into that.
I do have a couple left. And what we're going to do ultimately is we're going to upload the whole CD, but we're going to make it like unlisted. And we're just going to do like a community post or a video that says, hey, look, if you're into this sort of thing, it's on our channel. It's going to be unlisted. And part of the reason is we also use this channel for work. So I send these Wellness Wednesdays videos to a lot of the patients and employees and nurses and doctors that I work with from my wellness job to help them to learn more things and use for their families and patients. So I don't necessarily want a hardcore metal song video getting notification. And a lot of people are like, well, you should have different channels. Look, we don't want to do different channels.
Right.
We call it's enough work already.
Yes.
We called it Jack and Dan because it's us.
Right.
Yeah, I know Aquafunk's giving me the business. He's made a couple comments. He's made a couple comments before. When this starts growing out, dude, and you wouldn't know anything about this, Aquafunk. But when this starts growing out, it's a real pain when you get to the gym and it starts going in your eyes and stuff. You should have seen me back in the day, man. I had hair like Big Rich.
I still have that hair.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. But
I used to have hair.
Good morning to Aquafunk and Sharpie, and we have a new person. Hold on, what's his name? Came in through Twitch because we're streaming through Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, and StreamYard. Billy the Libra was wanting to know about his axolotl. His axolotl's got white spots, and there's been some good advice given in chat about it possibly being ick. I concur. Like. I think Chewy's told him.
Yeah, turn the heat up and medicate.
Yeah. So, and Scott's Aquatics, and oh my gosh, if I missed you, I'm terribly sorry. Ames, good morning. I know she tried to come up, and I know Kev tried to come up, but the only reason I've got Chewy up, you guys, is because, he helped get this going. He collaborated this for us, and I will open panel up, I promise, the last 30 minutes. I promise.
So I have a question or a comment for Jack. What got you into comic books, and who is your favorite comic book character?
I collect a lot of them. I don't really anymore, but I kind of used to. But probably I would say Doctor Doom is pretty cool. Or I also like Doctor Strange. They're pretty cool.
Doctor Strange is cool. I dig Doctor Strange.
Well, have you ever heard of Spawn or Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yeah. I like Spawn.
Cool.
Okay.
A lot of people might not know this, but in a couple of videos, we actually talked about the fact that Jack's middle name is Parker, and I actually named him after Spider-Man.
Good morning.
What is so interesting about that, Dan, is the guy who used to draw Spawn and Spider-Man 300 is a good friend of mine.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
That I grew up with.
Oh, that's neat, because Spawn's awesome.
You grew up with Todd McFarlane.
I grew up with Todd McFarlane.
That's awesome.
Brett the Hitman Hart.
Oh, Brett was awesome.
Oh, you grew up with Owen too, then.
Owen's like a little brother to me. Okay, Bruce is one of my best friends. Brett sort of is kind of responsible for the reason why I have concussion seizures. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he hit me over the head when we were kids with his mechano blocks.
Jeez.
Knocked me out.
Outstanding.
Yes, I was the first knockout of Bret Hart. Okay? But his dad taught me one thing. Okay? Stu Hart was a great wrestler in his day, too. Stu Hart taught me how to give an elbow without getting caught on the
All right, you guys.
Way
Let's
cool.
I'm about 20 minutes late of doing our first break.
I need coffee.
And
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna do that right now. Danny Weshy finally got done with the Glass Box Hero. So we're gonna play that real quick. Let me get it set up here.
I'll be right back. I need coffee.
Got it. Full screen. And Glassbox Hero, Danny Weshy, and Terry.
Standing in the rain, in a heavy downpour, waiting for the pet shop to open the doors. Here the manager comes, watch him turn the key. He opens the doors as if just for me. I need a one filter. They're in aisle 3. Look over there. You buy one get one free. Keep the water warm. Didn't think that I needed, but I do for sure. That one better with a messed up fin. Grab that cup, put it in my hand. That a newbie and job affair. Pay it up, now watch it learn. Go home and get escaping. Just don't stop. Gotta keep on escaping and fill the water to the top. Be Glassbox Hero and crying in eyes.
Awesome.
Glassbox Hero and crying in eyes. Without one better box hero and crying in eyes. I'll make it cry every time. In a store without a name, $1 per gallon sale. Give me all your 10 gallons. I got plants in the mail. Guppies breeding out the ass. All these cichlids too. And that one metal, I owe it all to you. Now it just keeps skipping. It never gonna stop. Gonna keep on escaping. Right out the top. Be Glassbox Hero and crying his eyes. I'm Glassbox Hero, crying his eyes. Glassbox Hero and crying. Without one better, I'll make you cry tonight. Yeah, I know it just keeps skipping. It never gonna stop. Gonna keep on skipping. And throw the plants right out the top. Be Glassbox Hero and crying his eyes. I'm Glassbox Hero. Without one better. I'll make you cry tonight. Glassbox Hero. Glassbox Hero. I'll make you cry tonight. Cry Hero.
Oh my goodness.
That was awesome, man. Nice job, dude.
Awesome, Danny.
Nice job, dude. That was awesome.
Yes.
That was way cool. I'm in there jamming in the kitchen, getting my coffee.
That was very impressive.
Look, I got him out of bed.
So,
What's up, kiddo?
So
What's up,
Dan,
Landon? What's going on, buddy?
Let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Landon, that's Jack. Jack, Landon.
How old's Landon?
13.
Oh, same age. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna have my boy come up today, but grandma way down South Texas, way down South Texas. She's not, doing so great, and we just want to make sure we get to spend time with her.
Oh, yeah,
it scares
that's
us,
important.
scares the mess out of all of us. To be honest with you,
That's way more important than YouTube, dude.
So, Dan, do you want to know why I love your hometown so much?
Well, there's so many awesome, amazing things about Cleveland. I don't know where we could start, but what would be the main reason, Chewy?
There is a band that Terry's Tropicals Tanks just loves. I used to watch a lot as a kid. I had their first album. And that was the only place down in the United States that the original drummer of Rush played.
Huh.
So Cleveland rocks as far as I'm concerned.
Cleveland does rock. It does do that.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, man.
No, I don't know.
Cleveland, it's unbelievable how big the scene was. Like when I was growing up in the I know even way before that, but the metal scene and the hardcore scene in the 80s and 90s was stupendous.
Yeah.
In the later 2000s, it kind of started dwindling off. But, there's a really big band called Mushroom Head that came from here that a lot of people kind of crossed over with. And those guys grew up in North Royalton, played a lot around Cleveland, had a lot of side projects. And luckily, we kind of got in with them, and we used to open for them a lot, and we would play with a lot of their side projects, and it was a lot of fun. And sometimes we'd go to other states with them and tour around in different areas, locally, not like all over the country or all over the world, but locally. And and I'll tell you what, they still made it quite big. I mean, they're still a metal band. They're not well known, played on the radio all the time, but they are still quite large. They're very well known. They have very creative, awesome, different kind of music. And kind of crossover stuff. And I'll tell you, it's really cool. The memories and the pictures and the videos that I have, I showed Jack some of these things of the people that, I'm hanging out in the back of Peabody's with the guys from Overkill and DRI and Machine Head and all these pictures.
I love Overkill, man.
Oh, I mean, one of the...
I know one of the original founding members of Overkill.
I mean, Overkill is probably one of the coolest bands I've ever met in my entire life, hands down.
Exactly.
And still to this day, thrash just as hard as anybody, and they still make albums, and they're still amazing, and they still sell out shows. They're amazing. They're amazing.
Exactly.
Bobby Blitz is one of the coolest people I ever met in my entire life, not just in bands, but just as a person. One of the coolest guys I ever met. He's such a nice guy. And he's so freaking talented. He's unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, I have a follow-up question. Like, I had 3 questions, and you do have to ask on a personal note about the filtration system of Brett, whether or not you want to do a video with them or not. You'll find it fascinating how they did the filtration system in the Hippo tank.
Yeah, well, I'll have to talk to him, like I said. So when we go back for Christmas, we're talking about going back for Christmas, all of us.
Yes.
Maybe even, depending on if they can get off, Pamela's daughter and son. It's tough because when you're a new nurse, you don't get to call the shots much. But if they get to go with us and we all get to go, we're going to try to hook up with him. He told me, when you guys all come back, give me a call. He likes to go over to that Red Rock casino because a lot of the locals kind of hang out there, but not like the tourists. Right. And he goes, well, I'll go over there. We'll have some dinner and stuff like that. We'll talk fishy, nerdy stuff and have a nice time. I think he sold his house, but he moved basically right across the street. He's like, this house is just ridiculously big and I don't need it anymore. His kids are away at college, and he's like, I just don't need, I think, what was that house? 12,000 square feet or something?
Yeah. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So maybe Eminem bought his house and he moved finally. I don't know, but we'll see.
So
dang.
I have sort of like a follow-up music question now. Okay, actually I have 2.
we start talking about metal, dude, we're going to be here all day. You look at Jess. Jess is just like, I don't know what's going on with this metal stuff.
What did you think of the song Flooded and the follow-up song of the video that I put out to advertise this particular show? Okay. What did you think about the number 92 best band in Sweden that only put out one album but placed fourth on Revolver's magazines?
I thought it was cool, and I'll tell you what, some of our favorite bands are from Sweden. One of my favorite all-time bands is a band called Amaranth. They have a female singer. If you're not familiar with Amaranth, check them out. They're amazing. They have a female singer, they have a male singer, and then they have a guy that does like a death metal voice. They have 3 vocalists, and it's just all over the place. If you've never heard of them, they're from Sweden. I tell you what, I don't know what goes on, but people must be. Everybody in Sweden must grow up listening to heavy metal because they come out with some of the best bands I've ever heard. And there's a great YouTubers out of like Sweden, Norway. Did you guys ever hear Louis? What's Leo Marciola? Leo Covers, one of the best YouTubers of all time. You guys ever hear of Leo Covers?
Mm-mm.
He takes pop songs and he makes metal versions of them. He's got like 5 million subscribers now.
Wow.
He's freaking huge and he does an amazing job. And he did this all in a matter of like 5 years. He started with nothing and now he's just massive. And if you want to hear some of the coolest covers, it's kind of like that kind of music that you can listen to. Like, let's say that your spouse was Jess and she's like, I don't know anything about this metal, but I like, what kind of music do you like? Other than country, there's got to be something besides country.
I like everything, really.
So if you heard a Sia song, let's say, because everybody likes Sia, who doesn't like her, right? So if you had a Sia song, but it was a metal Sia song, then that's something that both parties would enjoy.
Right.
So I found for my female companions that if we play those kinds of musics, like at the gym, because Pamela's like, listen, I'm not going to listen to Slayer. I just can't do it. And so she'll listen to some Man of War and stuff. She'll listen to some European stuff. But so it's kind of nice when you listen to something like Leo, because it's heavy enough for me to get a little adrenaline going, but it's a cover of a song like a Lady Gaga song or a Sia song or whatever, or a Panic at the Disco song, but it's metaled up. So if you've never heard of Leo, Frog Leap Studios, this guy is incredible. Check him out if you like metal. Danny Wesh, check this dude out if you haven't, because
absolutely.
Yeah, you'd love this guy. He's amazing. And he does a video every single Friday. He produces and does an entire video on his own single-handedly every Friday. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Sweet. I'll check that out.
As a follow-up, this is the follow-up question. Okay, that was publicity. Now we're going to go into my music history. I originated out of Calgary, and I worked for a band called Spunk that featured Mike Reno of Loverboy.
Right.
Around 1975, we played a club called Lucifer's. Now, I got to be at the first CD/album back then, release of Heart. Okay, just before they went out on their first tour, they played Lucifer's. Okay, so it's part of my course that I have to put together in music history of Canada. But I want to know if Dan has ever gone to a CD release party and who they were.
Oh, we did a couple CD release with Mushroom Head. We also did some with Propane. More local type of bands, smaller bands. We did one for Sworn Enemy. It's hard to remember all of it, dude. We did a lot of metal festivals and stuff, like Cleveland Metal Festival, where there'd be 25 bands. I mean, but the biggest stuff that we ever did was when we did the festivals, you know, Cleveland Metal Festival, Cleveland Music Festival. I mean, when you're playing those festivals and you get to go on the main stage, like right before a lead act, because we kind of reached that point. I mean, playing in front of 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people. I mean, that's insanity. You just don't ever think that's going to happen. And when it does, you don't even believe it. You know, you're in disbelief because you're looking out. Now, I know when you watch a Motley Crue video or something, and there's like, you know, a stadium of people, and you go, well, 1,000 or 2,000 people isn't much. But when you start off playing in a bar in front of 20 guys, you know, drinking a beer, and then you get to play in an actual like arena, it's unbelievable. And I'll tell you, we had a ton of fun doing it. I kind of wish that I would have kept doing it a little bit so that Jack would have been able to see some of that, but he gets to see some of the footage in the videos. And again, we're going to be showing more of that kind of stuff. Probably what we'll do is we'll do a video, we'll show some stuff, we'll talk about it. We'll probably give a couple CDs away. And then I'm going to make it all unlisted and say, if you want to listen to this, go to our page, click on the playlist, and you can listen to it. But we're not going to like do a notification type of thing because, again, there's going to be people that are just going to be turned off by it. Now, we weren't death metal by any means. We had a real positive message. We were straight edge. We were hardcore. But at the same time, there's people that'll be kind of turned off. And especially people that knew me as the nurse. I mean, I used to work with other nurses, and I was a nursing supervisor. And I was like the quote unquote male nurse, you know, and you know the stigma attached to that. Well, I didn't usually get that stigma attached to me, but I did go through that a little bit. And then people were like, wait a minute, you're a male nurse, but you're a lead singer of a hardcore metal band, you know, and
try being a dental assistant.
Yeah,
all tattooed and everything.
Swing on things. Also, did you know that you actually listened to my cousin sing on one of the videos that you commented on?
Oh, that's cool, man. Well, I'll tell you what, you got an awesome history, Chewy. I mean, the whole thing, Canada, Cleveland, the metal scene. I mean, I kind of feel bad for a lot of these kids, you know, kids that are, you know, Jess's son's age and Jack's age. You know, live, especially with this pandemic the last couple years, it was such a big thing to go to live shows and to see these bands and all of this stuff. And it's, you know, it's really sad that a lot of I mean, nowadays, you know, these kids, they pick up their phone and they put their iPads in and they hear this digital stuff. But like to hear and see live music an arm's length away from you, yes. You know, it's really sad. And that's one of the reasons I like New Orleans. And that's why I want to take Jack to New Orleans, because when I went to New Orleans, every night I walked through the streets of Bourbon Street. I sat down at a bar for an hour and listened to a band. And then I went to another bar and listened to a band. And then I went to the streets and I saw the kids playing the drums. And I'll tell you, there's just nothing like it. And you know, luckily Jack grew up appreciating music and hearing different types of music, and he's open to things. But like, I want to take him to Vegas to see more live music, and I want to take him to New Orleans, and I want to take him to Tennessee, you know, more, and do more of these things now that he's more of a teenager. Because when I was 13, my buddy's dad was dropping us off at the Cleveland Agora, and we were going to see Wasp and Metal Church and Slayer and Hatebreed, and there was a payphone in the lobby, and you put a quarter in it and you call them up, and then they come and picked you up when the show was over. And that was it. There was no music on any kind of thing. You know, you went and you saw live bands. And at 13, 14, 15, at these guys' ages, that's what we were doing. And it was a blasty blast.
Well, yeah. It is sort of like me getting you on this show, okay, is sort of like me booking Matt Byrne, I do believe that's his name, from Hatebreed. I used to work for a label that his solo projects were on.
Yeah, boy, what a great group of guys those guys are.
Exactly, but you know, some people don't realize that musicians do have publicists. right?
Yeah.
Okay, that do these kind of bookings. So I just thought, well, I might as well book the singer and the drummer of the band all out on the Aquatic. And
So this is Ped Trek said, have you considered travel nursing? So if in the beginning of the stream we were talking a little bit about when I graduated, there was not anyone hiring nurses, and a lot of my friends did become travel nurses. I unfortunately could not leave. I was helping to take care of my grandparents that were living with my parents. I moved back home after college, and I decided to go the route of starting a band, starting a personal training business, and working in pet stores. And I did that for like a year. And then there was a place by our house, some people may have heard of, called Parmadale. It was basically a gang kid rehabilitation center. And so I took it just to have a job. And I worked there for a year with gang kids that basically tried to stab me every day.
Dang.
But because I was kind of like one of those big, again, male nurses,
right?
Well, that's why they wanted me to work there. It's basically like how a lot of the nurses go to the jails and work in the jails or something. But basically, it was very good. I worked with these kids. I worked with them. I taught them anger management and those kind of things. And some of the things that we did were projects in aquariums. I would set aquariums up in the house. Basically, it was like a cottage.
Sure.
And I would teach them coping mechanisms, and I would teach them stress reduction. These were kids that were basically abused from the day they were born and brainwashed. Most of them, I was the first white person they ever saw in their lives.
Oh, wow.
They certainly didn't trust anyone. They certainly were told that we were all horrible people.
Right.
And so when they met me and I started talking to them about things, I tried to teach them things and I tried to open their mind. And it was a wonderful job. Unfortunately, it was $18,000 a year. So I couldn't really survive on it because if you work in anything like that, you'll know you can't live on it. People only do it who love it, you know. But I enjoyed it and it was a great experience. And after working with those kids, raising a normal child is pretty simple compared to that. He hasn't tried to stab me yet. You know what I mean? He hasn't tried to shank me yet.
Yeah.
But so I've done a lot of crazy things as a nurse. I didn't go traveling, but I did a lot of stuff like that. I worked in ER. I worked in ICU. I worked in case management. I did a lot of things and then finally became a wellness coordinator. And so now what I do is I work helping other nurses, but not just nurses, really all healthcare workers. And I help them to lower their premiums, get less insurance by getting healthier.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing now in Ohio. 90% of all companies have wellness programs because they just can't afford not to. But the problem is most of the wellness programs, if you pardon my French, they really pretty much suck.
True.
And so basically the company that I worked with threw everything out. We started from scratch. We went back to the drawing board. And I have helped them save millions and millions of dollars by getting their staff healthier. And primarily, that's one of the reasons we kind of started this channel is we wanted to do wellness stuff. But we worked in the aquariums because aquariums, to us, are part of wellness.
Sure.
You know, having a good creative outlet, having a good hobby, and it all comes around. And just like Chewy said, it's all full circle. You know, it's like Tazara Tanks. Tazara Tanks, he did an interview on Fishy Biz. Now he started doing the fish tanks, but you know, a lot of people know he lifts and everything. So he started a second channel doing the fitness. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But like, I'm not going to have 15 different channels.
Right. That's why I named mine Manes, Tails, Fur, and Fins. I wasn't going to do a horse channel and a cow channel and a dog channel and a fish channel. No, we're going to wrap it all up in one.
And we talked a little bit about this on we talked a little bit about this on Daniken's stream when we did Daniken's stream with them. And that's one of the things people told us from the beginning. They said, hey, that's never going to work. You're never going to get any subscribers. You're never going to get anybody to watch your videos because you got to stay focused on one thing. Well, obviously that's not true because there's a lot of people doing it. The other thing is, you know, we've been fairly successful with this and we didn't do it to make money or be successful or whatever. We did it to help people. That's all we ever set out to do is help people. And also this is just what we do. And so we document the things that we do along the way, whether it's cooking, whether it's working out, whether it's the dogs, the aquariums, or if we travel, and we try to show people, hey, look, get out of your house, get out there and do something, get out in your yard, be creative, you know, and it's a lot of fun. And the cool part is a lot of people that come to our channel because maybe they like the Wellness Wednesday stuff, then they'll start watching the aquarium videos.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. And they'll say, oh my goodness, you know, I had an aquarium when I was a kid and I always wanted another aquarium, but I always thought it was too hard to take care of or it was too expensive. And then what we do is we go to like Mark's and Goodwill and we show people how you can put an aquarium together for $10. And they're like, oh, I didn't realize it was that cheap. And I'm like, yeah, it's really not that hard. And it's a great project for the family to do, you know, together and stuff like that.
Y'all got to stop.
Right on.
Hey, quit.
I got a question for you though. You say you guys you guys have like a little cooking thing that y'all do together.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever do barbecue type stuff, like Italian grill kind of stuff? And if you do, what's your favorite thing to grill?
So we used to grill a lot, but
grilled asparagus is pretty good.
Yeah, grilled asparagus. We do a lot of grilled mushrooms, like grilled portobello.
Yes.
But nowadays there's all these mock meats, and so a couple of these companies reached out to us. If you haven't seen us talk about that on our videos, we have these affiliates now, and so what they do is they send us food, which of course Jack loves because he gets these big boxes of food in the mail.
Right on, my man. And
he's like, sweet dude, and then of course they come with dry ice, so then we do videos on the dry ice and fun stuff and the packaging.
Right.
But the cool part is they send us this, they give discounts to our subscribers, and they say, hey, and then you get a little cut. We don't get a lot. We get like $1 if somebody buys like a $50 box of food, which is fine. That's cool. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're trying to show people that, you know, we don't necessarily get this stuff. You know, there's always nasty people that are like, oh, you vegans are always trying to chase the meat. Well, first of all, we're perfectly happy with eating lentils and beans and grains and nuts and seeds. I mean, we're very happy with that. But at the end of the day, if a company is going to say, okay, here's the thing, we're going to cut down on animal agriculture and we're going to give you a product that tastes just like what you're used to so that we can save the planet. And a lot of people who aren't vegan don't really realize the effect of animal agriculture on the climate. And so what we try to do is bring that to people's attention and say, hey, look, we get that you might think that vegans eat lettuce all day. We don't, but some people think that.
Some vegans
I like
do,
lettuce.
not us.
And all you got to do, I mean, again, you know, I mean, we're not wimpy little tree-hugging vegan guys. I weigh 210 pounds. I'm 6'1". You know, everybody who's seen Pamela's videos and pictures, I mean.
Damn, I'm 200. I'm only 5'6".
And
5'7".
Oh, how did she do last night?
So it appears that she still stayed in first place as of now. But it's kind of weird because they cut you off like right. It kind of counts down. And then there's like 1 second, and then the screen goes blank, and then we have to wait till noon today. So in about 37 minutes, we'll find out if she was still in first place. If she was, so those of you that don't know what we're talking about, so my girlfriend, like me, works in wellness. She is a trainer. She is a wellness director of a big facility, helps people every day and has her whole life. She's an amazing motivator, teaches classes, does education. And basically what she did is she entered a contest separate from doing, you know, she does bodybuilding and fitness competitions her whole life. But hers Muscle and Fitness did a big contest. And it's posted on our community page. Please go check it out. It's free to vote. If you want to donate to Wounded Warriors, that's the charity that hers Muscle and Fitness or Health and Fitness attributed to. So if you want to,
God bless her.
Yeah. So let's say, yeah, it's a wonderful organization.
Amazing organization.
So if you want to donate, let's say $10 to the Wounded Warriors, you donate $10 and then she gets 10 votes. So you can buy more votes. Now they also, like twice a week, this is a weekly thing. It goes by the week, and each week the ladies get eliminated. Okay. And at the end of that week, if they're still number one, they go on and further. The way that it works is about 2 days out of that week. We don't know what 2 days they will be. They'll have double votes. So let's say that you give $10 to Wounded Warriors. She then gets 20 votes.
Miss Lori, you run, go get your son, give him a big hug for everybody, and we'll see you later, girl.
Can one of our mods find that page that he's talking about so we can post that up there so we can everybody run over there and vote right now?
Yeah, really help. Well, you won't be able to vote till about, well, it depends on what time zone you're in, but in our time zone it'll be another half an hour, but you can open it up. It's on our community page. Every day we post it on our community page. We repost it and we're letting people know. And basically what happens is if she wins this competition, there's 2 more weeks to go. There's the semifinals and the finals. If she wins, she will be on the cover of Hers Health and Fitness, and she'll get $20,000. Now she already said she's going to take $2,000 of that right off. Well, first she's got to pay taxes, so she's only going to get like 15 or whatever, and then she's going to take $2,000, give it to the Wounded Warriors, and then she's going to take $1,000 and give it to the Ohio Fish Rescue, because I tell you what, we've gotten her addicted to the Ohio Fish Rescue.
Yeah, she likes the fish.
She loves going there. She loves seeing all. She didn't even know what fish were before we started dating. Now she loves them. She loves those guys. So what they did, because all this was going on, they actually had her on a live stream separately, just her, not with us. They said, they said, hey, why don't you guys come? I go, no, we just want her to go. We want her to talk about Wounded Warriors. We wanted to talk about all the help that she gives everyone every day in wellness and health, and just try to help promote the contest. And it did help, obviously, because they have those live streams get 7,000 to 15,000 views in like a week,
Right.
And so it's a wonderful organization. All you got to do is go to our community page, look it up, click on it. She's got her pictures there. And I'll tell you what, she's going to be 52 here in a few days. She's competing against women that are 18. All right. So
God bless her.
It's amazing when you look at what a healthy lifestyle can do to keep you healthy. There it is right there, the Miss Health and Fitness. So
thank you so much, Miss Lori.
Thank you so much, Lori. When you get back on there, just vote. And it's going to help the Wounded Warriors. It's going to help her. If she does end up winning this, it's just going to help that much more in her career to help people. She has helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And when she met us, she's always been very healthy. When she met us and we started dating, she decided to go plant-based. She said, you know what? If you can do it, I can do it. And she said, look at your son. He's like, 13. He's plant-based.
I mean, I don't really I do it for the climate, but it just tastes good. Well,
there's so many options these days.
So much stuff.
I mean, when they can make a burger out of lentils and it tastes just like a burger, and it has a 100th of the carbon emissions that a real burger has, why on earth wouldn't you try it?
Yeah, I like
so
fried tofu.
Certain things but Jack's grown up with this. So, I mean, Jack's not your average 13-year-old. He'll eat tofu. He'll eat anything I give him because he grew up with it.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand how much versatility there is out there with this kind of stuff. But anyway, she does a lot of educating to people. She teaches a lot of people that you can still grow muscle and you can still get protein and all that. Some of these misconceptions. But if you do a little research, a lot of these Olympic athletes have gone plant-based. A lot of national athletes, NFL players have gone plant-based. If you haven't seen this documentary, The Game Changers, I mean, that's one of the best documentaries that has ever come out in the last couple of years. Have you guys seen this?
What's it called again?
It's called The Game Changers.
I haven't seen it.
It's all about all these Olympic athletes and professional athletes who have gone plant-based, because what they have found is plant protein actually causes less inflammation. Plus, when you eat plants, you get fiber, which feeds us a good gut biome and reduces inflammation. So what they have found that when people go plant-based, they actually grow muscle faster and easier.
Really?
Yes. And so that's why a lot of these Olympic athletes have started doing it. So again, there's a lot more education out there. People are learning more about it, and we try to do it in our videos. And yes, coffee is plant-based. Florida Fish Rescue. In fact,
Jack and Dan, what do you think about?
What do we think of grown meat? Well, as far as grown meat goes, I'll tell you. So Stefan.
Lab-grown meat.
So I've done a lot of research on this kind of thing. I will tell you, I don't get it, because
I think it's kind of creepy.
It doesn't make sense. because we can get everything we need from plants. And if we can make mock meats
Exactly.
and make more oxygen, you know, like you got to remember, if I'm growing a pasture full of peas or lentils or soybeans, the whole time they're growing, they're making oxygen. If I'm growing a pasture full of cows, the whole time they're growing, they're making
CO2.
methane and CO2. So if I can replace some of those animals with plants and I can have a product that tastes the same and is healthier, and it cuts the carbon emissions down and the methane emissions down, then why would I bother growing meat in a lab? It just doesn't make any sense to us. But I understand that there's people that think it's a good idea. I don't agree, because really it's more about the planet. There's 20 billion cows on the planet right now.
Well,
I mean, there's just no more room for all these animals.
Grown meat still, it's not.
Well, there's less and less pasture every day.
Yeah, I mean, there simply isn't room. I think the calculations that they did last time were, you know, because people say, well, Dan, you don't know what you're talking about. I eat grass-fed meat. Well, if everybody on the planet ate grass-fed meat, we'd need 7 planet Earths.
Absolutely.
So last time I checked, there's only 1 Earth. There's not 6 more floating around the sun where we can grow cows on.
So they find it, let us know, okay?
You know, unless maybe that's Elon Musk's idea. Maybe he's going to take us Saturn to Mars and start growing cows. I don't think that they could survive there. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things we can do. You know, when we look at countries like Okinawa and Costa Rica and Acadia and the Blue Zone study, these people ate beans their whole life. They live to be 114 years old. They don't get diabetes. They don't get heart disease. They don't get cancer. So when I talk to people, I'm not naive to the fact that they're not going to go vegan. I understand that that's probably not what's going to happen. But I try to get them to simply cut down on the animal products, eat more plant-based. And with the videos that Jack and I do, and now with Pamela, when we say to them, hey, you can get things like this at most grocery stores now, give it a try. It's going to help them to cross over. I'm not going to take somebody who eats cheeseburgers every day and get them to start eating, you know, lentils and tofu. That's not going to happen. I'm not stupid. But at the same time, if I can get them to try something, and especially when these kids and these families see Jack doing something like that, and he likes, I'm not holding a gun to his head and say, hey, eat this Beyond Burger.
You better eat this.
Believe me, when you guys see Jack is a very open, opinionated kid. I brought him up that way. And when you see Jack in a video, he's speaking his mind. You know, he'll say it. And sometimes, and people even say a lot of times in the comments, they're like, we're glad that Jack is honest, because we've done reviews and unboxing of products that people have sent us, and we don't always give them a great review.
Yeah.
And we've actually, like, we did that one headset thing, and the company emailed us back after they watched it, and they said, well, you know, we didn't really love the video. And I said, well, then don't send us your stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't like.
I don't care.
I don't like to be rude, but it's like I'm gonna be honest about your product, and that's constructive criticism. Like, I'm gonna help you to understand what is wrong and what's right. You know what I mean?
Very good.
If it doesn't taste good, it doesn't taste good. Sorry, that's just.
Well, I'll tell you, Danny. Listen, you know, if you listen to metal, you got to remember, I'm a guy that grew up very much on his own. If you talk to Jack's grandparents, they'll pretty much tell you from the age of 12, I raised myself. My brothers were problem kids. My oldest brother, Jack's oldest uncle, went deaf when I was born. They had a lot of issues dealing with that back in the day. You know, there was a lot of issues. And I basically turned to metal, and I found a lot of strength in hardcore metal and being straight edge. And I stuck with it. I've been straight edge my whole life, never did drugs, never drank alcohol. And I decided to go vegan years ago. And I said, hey, look, that's the stuff. And at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody thinks about anything. I never have. I mean, you know, we kind of joke around, guys like us and Aquafuck and stuff, like about the headband and everything and stuff. I've never cared about, you know, and I brought up Jack the same way, about what you look like, about the style of your clothes, about if you drive a fancy car. I've always ever taught them, be comfortable, be happy, do what you want to do in life, enjoy the things you want, be yourself, be honest, and try to help people. And here's why we should. Because at the end of the day, we have the ability to help other people. And if you have the ability, some people can't. Some people don't. Some people can't help other people. But if you can, then you should try. Why not? Why not? You know,
it just makes you a better person.
I have an idea for you, Dan, for a Wellness Wednesday video.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Due to the fact that I injured my knee, I had to bike ride. Okay, so I would bike ride around Vancouver, very scenic bike ride, like through Stanley Park and that kind of thing. Do you and Jack ride bikes, and could you actually take a video of your favorite?
Well, you know what? Not only do we ride bikes, this past Wednesday, we did a Wellness Wednesday video on a 32-mile bike ride that we did through the Erie Canal.
How awesome.
Cool.
I used to get paid to ride a bicycle when I was a kid, when I was his age.
So, Jimmy P, that's a good comment. Let me tell you something.
I missed that. I got to watch that.
Yeah, you got to watch it. You'll love it. So, Jimmy P, you made a good comment here. A lot of people don't know this. People get weird when we start talking about like bowels and constipation. But as a nurse, we talk about this every day. Look this up if you don't believe me. The United States spends $100 billion a year on constipation. $100 billion a year because people don't eat fruits and vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Because we eat meat and cheese in this country, okay?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, ask any nurse that does any med pass in any nursing home or hospital, what's the biggest medication you pass out? Senecots, Colace, Pericolace, Metamucil, Murilax. The hundreds of billions of dollars that we spent on this kind of stuff, okay? So at the end of the day, we have 32 feet of intestine. We need to eat plant foods. It doesn't mean that that's all you should eat. That's what we do. But what I try to do is encourage people. Jack tries to encourage people. If you eat more of it, you will find that you will feel better and get healthier. You guys got to remember what I do. Guys, I don't just talk to people about eating more fruits and vegetables. I work with people who have end-stage cancer, end-stage COPD, end-stage diabetes. I'm talking to people on hundreds of units of insulin a day, and I get them off of it. I cure them. I reverse their diseases, and I get them off medications, okay? So at the end of the day, when we talk about this stuff, we're not just generalizing. We fix people. People like me and Pamela, that's what we do and have been doing for 30 years.
That's awesome.
So it's not anecdotal. When you help thousands of people cure themselves of cancer and heart disease and things, it's not anecdotal anymore. You know what I mean? It's kind of proven at that point.
Plants are medication too. I'm proof of it.
George Fonse's
They can't do a thing for my seizures with drugs. I smoke marijuana.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do talk to me about that, and a lot of people do.
Like CBD?
A lot of people take. Well, CBD is not THC. THC is the active drug in marijuana.
Right.
CBD is CBD. I mean, you could just eat hemp seeds if you want to get CBD. But at the end of the day, what I tell people is, look, if you really need THC, which has helped a lot of people that I've worked with, eat it. Don't smoke it, for heaven's sake. I mean, you're going to give yourself lung disease.
Well, I already have that. So.
Well, right, but don't make it worse. I mean, make some pot brownies or cookies or whatever you got to do.
I like
some gummies or something.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, go get that plug, dude. Nah, don't worry about it. Well, you know what?
But I've been a smoker for a long, long time.
Well, that's one of the other things that we do. I work as a tobacco cessation counselor, and I help people quit smoking too. But I've also worked with heroin addicts and that too.
All right, you guys, pause. Let's I gotta take a small break. We're gonna play the fish nerd, and when I come back, I will open up panel, and for the last 20 minutes, just remember at the end, I got a spiel to do, so I gotta say some stuff. Rocko, what was that?
Got a spiel.
That's right. I got my spiel.
We start rambling on, and Jess is drinking her coffee. Like, I don't even know what these guys are talking about here.
I can still see you.
We have a tendency to do that. We have a tendency
It's
to do
okay.
that.
It's okay.
Rocko, what hot sauce was that?
This is Primo's Pepper Swampadelic sauce. It's hotter than the devil's pecker.
Well.
She's like, well.
That's pretty neat.
Guys, this
It's
is
not that kind of.
Thanks for joining me. What the heck is that noise? Do you guys hear that? What the heck is that noise?
I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd. I got 400 tanks in every room of my house. There's not a prayer in the world of me finding a house. I'm spilling water on the floor and all over the wall. No matter if it's carpet, I'm ruining it all. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd. Scientific names just rolling out my mouth. I love cichlids from the north and plecos from the south. There's a whole lot of folks up in the fish fam. There's Corey and Bob and Jadron. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Petco and Walmart, stop killing my fish. I'm tired of rescuing betas that are dying in a dish. Every employee, they just seem to be lost, selling Oscars with guppies, but at what cost? I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. It's Saturday again, heading to the fish store. I'm addicted to fish, I need more and more. I keep buying more fish, and I don't have the room. I'll put them in the bathtub, let the buying resume. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Doing water changes all day and night. I can't get the pH where it seems just right. I do 10, 20, or 30%. So many fish, they need to pay me rent. Fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Sucking up the water crap going up my nose. I can't seem to stop making fish room videos. YouTube, I love you, but you ain't paying squat. Gotta keep a real job, don't like it a lot. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd.
All right. I play a song and everybody leaves. But
Because I'm a fish nerd. Fish nerd.
Kenny, Mike, Miss and Ginger, oh my gosh, a bunch of y'all came in. Miss Gina Vinci, Fish Dreams, S.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't. Stephen P. Terry, I said Terry. I think that's where I got. I think Jimmy P.
There was a bunch of them.
Yeah, I know. They all came in. Michelle Kinsley. Just going back. Okay.
Sun's coming out.
I think. Fried cauliflower. Okay. All right,
Yes,
guys.
I like cauliflower mashed potatoes.
Oh wait, that ain't
Yeah,
it.
that's a really good way to sneak some cruciferous in with the kids without letting them know. Just put it in with the potatoes.
Well, I want to thank Jack and Dan and Jess and Rocko. This was great fun.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
But I have to kind of get back to work.
Awesome talking to you,
Good.
Chewy. You're the man, dude.
Hey, man. I didn't know you really worked, though, Chewy.
I wanted to thank you, and I wanted to bring up the point about, the things I brought up, right? So, life goes full circle, and now I'm back doing what I love to do.
Well, one of these days we're going to upload that CD, man. But if you if you ever want to share it, go ahead. I know you said you might. If you ever want to upload it to your channel or whatever, go right ahead, dude.
You can get the CD now. Like I've had problems even getting it to play.
Oh yeah.
So I was trying to rip out an MP3, and then I changed my idea and went to my friend's band because they had the perfect song for what needed to be said, right?
Awesome.
Like Flooded was a great tune. I love those guys. Swedish musicians, you're right. I'm a big Death Stars fan. But I gotta get
hit the wrong button.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Chewy. Really appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, we've got Mr. Dennis is up here. And Miss Ames was up here a second ago, but she fell off. I think she hit the wrong button. She's driving
the car, yeah.
Yeah, she's driving, so she probably hit the wrong button. But she's more than welcome to come back up when she gets there. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna. Well, let me do this real quick. Okay, wait. Here she is. Okay. Hey, Miss Ames.
Hey, dudes. Am I up?
You are up.
All right.
Sun's coming out now.
Jack and Dan.
Can't see much. How you doing?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Rocko. Hi, Jess.
Hey, babe.
Hi, who's ever tank that is.
The Dennis.
That's me.
So, Jack and Dan, I want to talk to you.
What's up?
First of all, we can barely see your heads.
Yeah, I know the sun came out now.
No, I mean the camera angle.
It's okay.
Oh.
All right.
And number two, field roast or Beyond Beef?
I like Beyond Beef.
So the difference is field roast is made from gluten, so people who are gluten intolerant obviously can't have that.
So it's Satan or Satan or whatever it's called?
Well, Satan. Yeah, I wouldn't call it Satan, but it's Satan. But yes, Seitan was big in the days before all this stuff came around, and then when people had gluten intolerances. But we like it. We've eaten a lot of field roast stuff, pretty good stuff. The other thing is it has less saturated fat. So some of these mock meats have a lot of saturated fat added. What they do is they take coconut oil and palm oil. We talk about this a lot in our videos, and they add it to the pea protein or whatever to make it taste more like meat, but it's full of saturated fat. Then it doesn't have any cholesterol, obviously. If you want to go a healthier route, you'd be better to go field roast, but that's only, of course, if you don't have a gluten intolerance.
That's my problem is cholesterol.
Yeah, if you're trying to cut down cholesterol, if you're trying to cut down cholesterol, obviously using some sort of mock meat. Now, Healthy Planet doesn't have any saturated fat at all, so they're like number one. A lot of Gardein products don't have any saturated fat, but a lot of the mock meats like Beyond Beef and Possible, they have a lot of saturated fat because they put a ton of coconut oil in them.
Right.
Hey, Mike.
It's still not that good for you.
No,
good
coconut
morning,
oil is
fishy
not good.
Kid. What's up, Jess? How you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, Landon. How are you, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Mike.
Rocko. How are you guys, Jack and Dan? What's up? What's up? How's things?
Good. How's it going? We're gonna try to hook up
man.
We're gonna try to hook up next time we come to Florida. How far are you from Orlando?
We're about 3 hours.
No, it ain't that far. It only took us an hour and a half to get there. Yeah.
I guess it depends on the traffic because I usually get stuck on I-4, which is a monster.
We got on that. Is it a toll? Toll.
Toll
road. It's a troll.
A troll
That's right, because
road,
it sent us a ticket. That troll road. But we made it down there in about an hour and a half from Orlando.
Gotcha.
Now, next time we're there, we'll go. I don't know if I drive as fast as Jess, but yes, actually, Zen Ginger, that's a very good point. Palm oil also is very bad for the environment. So you want to try to eat products that don't have palm oil in it. And it's funny because they use the word sustainable to try to trick people. It doesn't matter. You really should try to avoid palm oil. Not only is it going to clog your arteries, Rocko, but palm oil is detrimental to to the Indonesian rainforest. Very, very bad.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's so
in case
if
you
you
haven't tried it, you should try Indonesian food sometime. It's amazing.
Yeah. The best oil, the best oil to use, and we talk about this in every Wellness Wednesday video, the best oil to use is a cold pressed organic flaxseed oil. It's not very expensive these days. You can get it online if you can't find it at a store. It's loaded in omega-3s. It will raise your HDL. It will not add to your LDL, and you will reduce your risk of the leading cause of death on planet Earth, which is, of course, arteriosclerosis or heart disease.
Right.
So get that flaxseed oil, kids. Stay away from palm oil.
I love flaxseed. Flaxseed's amazing.
We feed a flaxseed to our horses to make their coats shiny and their manes and tails grow long.
I tell you,
and
if you have
what?
arthritis or anything,
mane's
it's great for that too.
Yeah, it's one of the most unbelievable foods. They've documented, the Egyptians documented using flaxseed thousands of years ago. Herodotus talked about flaxseed. It's the healthiest food on the planet, and you should eat it every day. There's not a single patient or client that I've ever had in my entire career that I have not scorned for not consuming flaxseed. So do you guys give it to your horses? Do you eat it yourself?
No, can't say that we
Why
have.
not?
No.
You should. You should be every day.
Well, I'm not necessarily going to grab a handful of the flaxseed and just eat it.
Here's what you do. You get it ground up. You get a bag of ground up. You keep it in your refrigerator. You put about a tablespoon in your oatmeal or your pancakes or whatever, and you eat it.
I put it in my coffee.
You can do that. You can do a lot of different things.
Orange juice, coffee.
You can also use the oil. Everybody in America uses olive oil or vegetable oil.
Right.
Those are all omega-6. They're not going to help you.
Avocado oil apparently
Same
is the big
thing.
thing.
Yeah, same thing. It's all omega-6. Doesn't help you at all in any way. It's just a gimmick these food companies do. Hey, you get this.
It'd actually be a good flaxseed coffee because you know how the hot water goes to the bag and gets the nutrients out of it.
Yeah.
It's better. What are you doing? Avocado oil.
Avocado oil.
But see, I don't cook.
I'm
That's not
Italian,
mine.
so I use a lot of extra virgin
I don't
olive oil.
cook.
I think they froze. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, well, while they froze, I'm going to do my plug for my sister. So.
Oh, right on, yeah.
Are you guys struggling to get your content seen? YouTube, Facebook? Do you feel like you're spinning your wheels with the social media marketing? Or perhaps you finally want to have content strategy that works for your business? You are not alone. Millions of businesses that are struggling with the same problem, costing them thousands of lost revenue every year. But the good news is that there's a solution, and we can help you find it. The Social Media Lady is a digital marketing agency that specializes in content creation, social media, and blog publishing. We work for small businesses, owners just like you, to build their brand only through content marketing. Since 2014, we've helped over 200 companies grow their businesses through our strategy planning, graphic design, blog writing, and publishing, and other online marketing services. We can help you too. Our team experts will create custom content for your brand to attract new customers and increase sales. First, navigate your browser to the socialmedialady.com/fish news. Then complete the form, as much information as you can provide. One of our representatives will get in touch with you as soon as possible. And that is the Social Media Lady, who is my sister and who has done most of the social media work for the Aquatic Morning Show. Woo!
I think maybe
Thanks, Social Media Lady. You're the best.
Wow, that's
called my Social Media Lady.
Feel like you should maybe pre-record that.
Right?
Maybe.
I mean, I told her she needs to do me a video because that was an act. That's the best I got. So
then you got Rocko in the back.
Rocko was awesome. I congratulate you on keeping a smile through that whole thing. I would have been big teeth by the end of it.
Well, I was going through it, and then my phone rang. I was like, crap. We lost Jack and Dan.
The other person that we need to give thanks to is also the waterfront, you guys. The waterfront is our with one of our sponsors as well. They're supposed to be getting us a video that we can play because I am just not a salesperson. But
Here's Mr. Jack.
they helped get our printed material for the weekend that I'm going to event this weekend and future events. So thank you to our sponsors.
Don't forget, if you don't have a FishTuber account at fishtuber.com,
you're just wrong.
Go get it. Okay, it's an excellent little platform that our friend Mike from Florida Fish Rescue actually put this thing together, made the whole thing. You can leave messages for other members in the Fish fam. A lot of upcoming events, new videos, everything like that's posted up on there. So if you don't have an account, go get it. It's super easy. It takes you all of 5 minutes at the max to get an account.
Yeah.
So go get that, make that happen, and
it takes
keep
3 days to get me to admit it.
Hey, Mike, did you get that page? I can't find where to go to put what fish I want to order. I can't. I don't know why I'm lost and I can't.
What group is that?
Out. Where we're going?
The Fish Exchange.
Well, no, you said that
Florida
there was another little thing.
Oh no, you're talking about the bulk buy.
Yes.
Oh, on the bulk buy. Okay, so there is a group on FishTuber that says bulk purchase, and you're a member of it. I already added you to it, so you can see it for sure. Yeah.
I got everybody's dogs are barking because of the puppies. Let's see, hang on. Let's see them puppies. There we go.
Yeah, I got names for 3 of them already.
So you need names for 3 more?
Eeny, meeny, miny, and mo. There you go.
There you go. That's good. Landon, cut it out, man. Stop, man. No. No.
Sorry, guys. We got the battery ran out.
Hey, it happens.
Oh, it's all good, man.
We were sitting out there in the sun, and it was so bright we couldn't even see the screen. But
oh yeah.
Jack's actually gonna go. He's got to start watering stuff here. And
okay.
Right on. I was going to ask you, does he play sports at all?
Yeah. So Jack is on the track team, and he also does cross country. But he's kind of specializing now in discus.
Y'all still there?
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so he's doing a lot of discus throwing.
Way cool.
He inherited my long arms.
I was a sprinter in high school, man. That's all I could do.
Where did you go? You said you lived up here?
Yeah, well, I was born in Conneaut and Ashtabula, and then I was adopted by my aunt and uncle. And then I moved west, and I went to the north part of, northwestern part of Illinois. I was about 30 minutes from the Wisconsin border, roughly 30 minutes from the Mississippi River. So I grew up on the Rock River, Mississippi River, Hennepin Canal. I was outdoor. I didn't know what it was like to stay in the house. I was always outside, hunting, fishing, racing motorcycles, BMX racing, something.
Fun. Yeah, one of my favorite times I ever had was when I took an old paddle boat tour on the Mississippi River down there and went to the Battle of New Orleans and all that when I was in New Orleans. And I told Jack, I said, I want to take you on that trip. That is a fun time.
It's beautiful.
Well, they give you food along the ride, and then you get to see where the Battle of New Orleans was and all that, and the World War II museum. You've been to the World War II museum there, Jess?
I haven't, actually. No.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I love it.
I mean, it's literally like a whole city. You'll be there the whole entire day.
Wow.
I was going to tell you, Jack, if you ever come down to Texas, you said you like to go in the San Antonio area.
Yeah.
Check out Green Hall and the Kerrville Folks Fest.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you're a musician, you'll love Kerrville Folks Fest. It's like a bunch of old hippie guys out there, guys and gals, and it's like they have like these little camps. It's like an old ranch, and they have like these little campsites set up, and they have like famous musicians coming there all the time.
We're coming for spring break next year. Luckily, when we came a few years ago, it was during the fiesta.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so we got to see all that. And so I was going to try to look ahead to choreograph that because I really want to go to the fiesta again. That was, talk about a good time. That was nuts.
Yes. And if you're going to do that, you got to make sure you come down for Nyosa then too.
What's Nyosa? I don't know what that is.
Nyosa is nights in old San Antonio. It's like the old part of San Antonio, and they have like it's like a kind of like a fiesta, but like a smaller little fiesta just before the fiesta. You know,
Cool.
And it's so cool,
It's
and they
a
have.
pre-fiesta.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're into wine and stuff like that, they have some really great wine tastings there because you're in the hill country. So I mean, we have the hill country vineyards everywhere. You know.
Oh,
So, I mean,
thanks,
if you're
Dan.
into
I'm gonna look that up.
if you're into that, they have they have great food booths out there too. So I mean, if you really want a good time, check out NIO. So it's something that probably, you see a lot of folks take their kids, but I know when I went, it was more kind of a romantic thing for me and my girl. I was dating at the time.
Well, I'll tell you what, San Antonio, we never ate so good, and even if being plant-based, anything anywhere you go, the River Walk was amazing. Anywhere you went, they would gladly substitute black beans for meat. Like anywhere we went, they're like, "Oh yeah, we got that, whatever." And like every morning, we would have like breakfast tacos with like potatoes, black beans, salsa, avocado. They were like amazing and fresh every day. It was unbelievable how good the food was. We went to a place called Hacienda Vallarta.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It was like $10 a person, and it was like a buffet, all you could eat, and they had tons of plant-based stuff. It was out of control. You ever been there? They have an agave plant in front of the Hacienda Vallarta, and you know how they get that huge thing that comes out the middle? This thing was taller than the telephone poles. That's how big this thing was. It was the biggest agave plant I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas, baby.
That's right. That's right. It was unbelievable, man.
Well, they're better go to Alaska then.
Well, man, next time you come to San Antonio, man, give me a heads up, and I'll make sure I got make some time to come meet you guys.
We will. That would be a fun
show you
time.
around a little bit.
You could show us the behind the scenes non-touristy stuff.
I got you back, buddy.
Does Pamela have a PayPal account?
She does not.
Okay, do you?
We have, the way we do it, we have PayPal, but we do that buy us a cup of coffee thing, which is, so if people want to like.
Oh, wow, way cool.
Yeah, we have that set up. So if you look in the description of any one of our videos, if people want to quote unquote buy us a cup of coffee, they click on there, it's $5 and it goes into our PayPal. And people do that a lot, and it's nice, and we always give shout outs for that, and we use that money to buy things for projects like aquarium projects and things like that.
Okay.
Like we reframed a tank recently, and it was $60 for the 2 frames through over the edge and shipping, and we said, hey, thanks for buying us these cups of coffee because we use it for that.
Right.
Now, as far as this contest and the whole thing with Pamela, all you got to do is go through that link on the Hers Health and Fitness page, and
what we do on the morning show is we do $1 for your birthday, and so
cool.
like everybody sends $1 for your birthday. So it's there's 40 people in chat. I mean, if everybody does it, we hope that's just $40 you just got for your birthday.
Well,
how people pin dollars to you for your birthday when
yeah.
Okay, so that's the same idea, but we can't physically do that. So we try to send $1 for your birthday. I don't know that $5 would be a lot because we've got 3 birthdays this weekend. But Miss Sandy, Miss Sandy Farrell's birthday. Her PayPal account is down there. I need to get Priscilla's PayPal. I know somebody's got it. And then I go buy Miss Pam a cup of coffee over on Jack and Dan for her birthday.
And you know what? And if you just want to help her out with the contest and you want to donate $1 to Wounded Warriors, she would be much happier if you did that. At this point in time, it's not back up yet. It's supposed to be up by noon here in our time, and it's still showing as they'll announce the winner.
It should be 12:04, right?
Yeah, but they're not posting it yet. So any minute now, what they'll do. So again, you can go to the Miss Health and Fitness, or you can just go to our community page. We have a link, and if you want to wish her a happy birthday, Just donate $1 to Wounded Warriors. Plus, you can vote for free every day through Facebook or whatever. Some people don't have Facebook. But if you go on those days that there's double votes and you donate $1, she gets 2 votes. But I think there's a $10 minimum for the double voting. So if you want to donate to Wounded Warriors, you got to donate like $10, and then she gets 20 votes on those days or whatever.
Sweet.
But anyway, just go vote, whether you're doing a free vote or a donation vote or whatever. It helps her a lot. I think she's going to be #1. They're not posting it yet. I'm checking it right now again. They're still not posting it. So
I know. I've got butterflies. I can't wait to know.
I know. I'm waiting for it too. I got it up already too.
I'll tell you what, guys. This has been a roller coaster. When she started this, there were thousands and thousands of women in this, and it just started trickling down from group to group to group. And now we're down to 2 final weeks. And you know what? If she didn't come in #1, that's okay. She's happy she made it this far. She got a lot of publicity and stuff, and it's cool.
That says a lot, man.
Yeah. If she did win, then, just all I can ever ask of anyone is keep voting. In 2 weeks, if she stays #1, this would be an amazing opportunity for her. Plus, it's just generating more and more money for that awesome charity,
Right.
Absolutely.
So is she going to do more like bodybuilding type?
Oh, she'll always do
podcast?
shows. Yeah, she'll always do shows.
So she has done and been doing shows. This isn't like her first.
She just did one. We actually did a video, I want to say 4 months ago, of one that she did for Dave Lieberman. That was her first Masters competition. So being over 50, but there's 2 Masters divisions. There's over 35 and there's over 50. She did them both. So she was competing against women that were 35, and she still placed and got a trophy in a lot of those areas, which again,
slayed them.
It's pretty neat to show what a healthy lifestyle can do.
Sure.
Not only does it take the dedication to work out and grow muscle mass and be healthy and stay lean and all that, but from an aging standpoint, of how eating healthy food and living a healthy lifestyle cuts down on inflammation and aging and all that. Because a lot of people come to us for superficial reasons. They don't care about their cholesterol. They just go, "Hey, my son's getting married in 2 months and I want to lose 20 pounds." And
I just want to be healthy for 2 weeks, and after that, I don't care if I die.
We get that. I mean, we understand that people, want to do things like that too, but we try to suck those people in, and we try to say, "Hey, while we're at it, why don't you make some lifestyle changes and also reduce your risk of dying?" So we kind of use those
bodybuilding, man. I miss it.
Well,
when I was in the military in Germany, that's all I did, because I grew up hunting, fishing, racing cars and motorcycles and stuff like that. And I joined the army, went to Germany, and it's like, okay, I can't do any of that here. So what do I do? I either drink beer and smoke cigarettes all day, or all that kind of stuff on the weekends, or I hit the gym, and that's what I did. I was going to the gym 6 times a day, and I blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan, what is do you guys have a Facebook page?
We don't do anything but YouTube. Okay. She has a Facebook page. If you just look up Pamela Houston, you'll find her probably on Facebook. She's also has
like an actor name, Pamela Houston.
Yeah, she does. She does. She has a YouTube channel, but she doesn't really do anything on it yet. She's going to start after this is all over. She's going to start doing more on that and kind of branch off.
Right.
And I told her, I said, just I said, all you got to do is, just post your workouts once in a while and stuff like that. Because people want to see that kind of thing. They want to see, how does this 52-year-old woman look the way that she does? And they want to see something you do. So I don't know if anybody's ever looked at any of our stories. We do a lot of that stuff in the stories. We do like, we'll just do like those little 13-second blurbs of some of our workouts and stuff. So we post on there all the time, as far as me and Pamela and Jack and other people that we work out with. We post on there all the time. But I don't know, those stories are kind of funny. And the shorts are kind of funny too, because like people aren't getting notifications when you upload shorts.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird, because you upload shorts and it's a good attraction to draw people into your channel, but the people that are already subscribers don't even know that you upload them.
Right.
So shorts are kind of weird. So we're going to do this. We're going to actually do this thing probably in a couple weeks. We're going to make a video talking about the fact that we're going to release a bunch of shorts so that the people on our channel know that we were releasing them. Like it's going to be like Saturday of 1,000 shorts. And basically we're going to make a video that's longer than a minute saying, hey, we're going to release about 50 shorts right now. And we're just going to upload like 50 shorts. That's how many shorts we have in our up in YouTube.
In your queue.
Because we just take them all the time. If our fish are doing something funny, bam, we'll make a short. If our dogs are something funny, bam, we'll make a short. And then we end up uploading all these shorts. And a lot of the shorts are very helpful. They bring people to your channel. They give you, and you can make a decent amount of money on shorts. A lot of people don't know that. If you have a short that is like a minute long and you have a commercial before, after, or both, and it goes viral, you could make several $1,000s on a short video. Wow. Which is always nice.
Oh, heck yeah. I don't know who would turn down $1,000.
Right.
I can use $1,000.
But plus, if 1 million people watch it or 1,000 people watch it, they're going to say, hey, this is pretty cool. Let me check out these people's channel. And then they'll look at some of your longer videos and it'll generate more ad and all that kind of stuff. So we decided we're going to, like, every couple of months, we're going to do a video saying, hey, we're uploading like 30 shorts. If you want to check them out, check them out. If you don't, whatever. And then we're just going to upload them all.
And I have a question. When you do your videos, are you clicking like the pet and animals, or are you doing entertainment or
different subjects?
For each different one. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't stay in one category. You okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, so Fridays we always do the fish tank. So we'll do pets and animals. If I do the wieners on Monday, then I hit pets and animals, because a lot of times we'll show the wieners doing something silly on Mondays. But we also do like other things like reviews and unboxings and all that kind of stuff on Mondays. So if we do that, we'll just put like people or, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes if we do stuff, we'll put science because it's more science-y stuff if we're showing stuff. But on Wednesdays, we always just put people in blogs because basically it's Wellness Wednesdays. You know what I mean? And there's not really a category. There's not really a category for health and wellness or anything like that on YouTube. So we just put, really it's more about the tags. If you put all that stuff in the tags, like plant-based or vegan or recipe or wellness in the tags, then it also lets people know when they go searching.
Right.
Wiggle.
My husband is actually in chat. Good morning, husband.
Good morning, husband.
Hi, hubby.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to do what I should have done in like the first hour. I'm going to run this in here real quick. Yesterday's rewind, to my knowledge, after the Aquatic Morning Show was Foxy Fish's and Miss Mary Page's, what do they call theirs? The Hot Mess Express?
Hot Mess Express.
That's right. The Hot Mess Express. And then KG Tropicals, Fisher and Fever, and Chattanooga Ed. They had Fantastic Freaks on with them last night. And then Roxanne and Mary Page had Rico Stan. And then after Chattanooga Ed, Rico Stan did a pop-up stream later that night. And then I don't know if anybody went after that because I went to bed, sort of. But
Sort of.
with that, two other things. Rico Stan is Rico Santa. That's going to be coming up. Just keeping that plug in there. Also, we'll have Merry Fishmas, which is the Secret Santa game. All that stuff is coming up. Just in the future, just keep it on your mind. Len, stop that. They can hear it. It's annoying. Quit.
Hear what?
Stop. I'm not trying to. Put the darn thing down.
Oh.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I I never, ever raise my voice at Jack. I don't know what you're doing.
Like I never do that to my son either.
The other day,
Where's he at?
Apparently, the other
Not
day,
there.
I was playing one of the videos, and I was hollering it landing in the background, but I was like up on the other side of the house, and I didn't realize that my microphone was picking everything up.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody got to
right down the
holler, hear me,
hallway.
holler and scream at Landon during one of the songs. But other than that, you guys, I'm sorry about that. But also keep Miss Amber, Big City Bettis, in your prayers. She's got to go through surgery. Miss Susan put out a very short video on that yesterday if you want more explanation on that. Also, Miss Susan is trying to get together news, informational stuff to put in the newsletter that'll be coming out soon. So if you have anything that you want to throw into that, Mr. Wellness Man, you might have something you want to put in that.
There you go.
Yeah, that. In fact,
You put that in the
might be
newsletter. Really get it
good.
out there.
Yeah. That's Miss Susan with SC. Oh my God, I get
Aquatics. Yeah.
always get it confused. SC Aquatics. I always want to throw an L in there.
She's a fish family mama.
Yeah, fish fan. Hashtag fish fan mom.
Yeah, we know Susan. We did a stream with Susan once or twice.
She's great. Great people.
So she's looking for content to put in the newsletter. And then today, happy birthday to Miss Pamela, Miss Sandy, and Miss Priscilla. Her birthday is Saturday.
Miss Aquatic.
Happy birthday, y'all! Rocko, do you have today's lineup?
I have the lineup that I have. I don't know how accurate it is, but I have it.
Right.
We have RLC Aquatics on at noon today, and that's Eastern time. Mr. Corvus will be on at 3 Eastern. Lefty 1, 2, 3. And Chattanooga Ed will be on at 4:15. Maple Street Aquatics will be on at 6. Aqua Alex will be on at 6:30. OFR will be on at 7. Aqua Malik will be on at 8. Tennessee Aqua is also on at 8. SC Aquatics, we were just talking about her, will be on at 8:30. LRB Aquatics is on at 9:30, and I thought his one up a little bit. I thought maybe not.
Mike just said in chat that he's going to do his Friday night hangout tonight at 10:30.
Fantastic.
Awesome. And Father Fish does a stream too on Friday night.
Yes, he does.
And I don't remember what time that is.
Yeah, I canceled my stream for this weekend.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Friday night on YouTube for the Fish Fam is like loaded. I mean, good, loaded down. So if you can't watch it, lurk.
Catch the replay.
Catch the replay. Right. We may do that again with them, depending on what happens with Pamela, because they said if she moved on to the finals, they might have us all come back.
Oh, that would be cool.
You know, and then just to push it more and help her more.
Sure. Well, get prepared for it, because I'm sure she's going to make it.
Well, yeah, I keep clicking on it. It's really annoying.
Positive thoughts.
I know.
Positive
thoughts we would know
create
during
positive
the
outcomes, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's just I hate that when we're looking at it, and then like these people are trading back and forth, and then the timer just turns off.
Right.
Clicking on it again real quick. Nah, they're still not showing it. Dang.
No, I've been checking it too. Okay. Anyway, let me finish this up real quick. The Secret History Living Inside Your Aquarium is on at 10:30. Big Tank Hank is on at 11:30. That coffee's killing me. I'm sorry. Anthony's Fishy Friends are on at midnight. And Kevin Leong is on at 1 a.m.
Wow.
Also, I want to add to this.
What a lineup.
If you want to make it easy for us to get your birthday dollar things out to you, go ahead and email the Aquatic Morning Show at gmail.com. Just send your name, your birthday, and your PayPal email. That way we can post that and get that stuff out to you ASAP.
That's right.
And also, one last thing. I swear I'll shut up after this. If you don't vote for Miss Pam, you're just wrong.
Thanks, guys.
You're just wrong.
And I know this weekend the ACA, right? ACA is going on. But we've got the ALA, the American Library Association, is October 21st through the 24th, Miami, Florida. The 9th International WAC meeting is September 17th, 18th, and 19th. Don't know where that's at. There's a swap meet in August 7th in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Aquaticon is September 18th in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's Fish Room Fever and Chattanooga Ed. That's the one they've been working on for like 2 years. ACA convention is going on right now. That's where Kenny is. That's where Danny is. That's where a whole bunch of our people are right now. The 10th, October 10th is Fishtoberfest with the Greater Portland Aquarium Society Fish Swap at the Embassy Suites, Portland Airport. This is the one that Kenny is putting on, and he's got LRB, Alex, Jason, and Dan are speakers. And I know Jason and Dan are also sponsors. Got Aquashella Dallas, October 30th and 31st. Aquashella Chicago, August 14th and 15th. The Aquatic Expo is also tomorrow. I will be there with Jason from Jordan Aquatics.
Wow. Look at
and Papa Shrimp. In fact, I think I'm going to be picking up Papa Shrimp and bringing him there and keeping an eye on him. That's a fish swap. That's in Arlington, Texas. Catfish Cataclysm is in Wisconsin, October 8th through the 10th. The Deep South Guppy Show is July 31st to August 1st. You have to be an IFGA member, but I'm sure you can become a member at the gate. I do not see them turning anybody down. The Keystone Clash is in Pennsylvania, September 24th to the 26th. There is a Guppy Show. I don't have the date in Munster, Tennessee. And that's it. That's what I got.
Wow, that's a lot of cool stuff.
That is a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, if you want to go to a fish swap or a fish vendor thing, there's stuff from now until Christmas. And we're going to keep you active during Christmas with the Secret Santa and the Rico Claus. That's right. We're going to make this a very fun holidays, you guys. So
right on.
And starting the day after Halloween. So
right on.
That's right. So that's it. That's what I got. Jack, Dan, I know Jack's not with you right now, but tell him I said
he's watering. He's out watering. I said, get out there and get to work, kid.
I hear you. Well, tell him I said, thank you so much for bearing with us and sitting there and being such a patient kid. Because mine couldn't stand 20 minutes. So.
Well, when you get him up at 4 a.m. and make him go to the gym and do stuff, he's kind of chilled out by now. But did you say you were going to do something if your likes hit a certain number? Because it looks like they're awful high up there. What do you got, 49 or 50 or something?
We were supposed to try to hit 60. Yesterday we hit 56. But we haven't quite got there yet. That's okay, though.
Couple more likes, people.
That's right.
Right. I tell you what, if we get 100 people, this is out of my personal pocket. If we get up to 100 people in one stream, I'll give you your very own Rocko's Fish Room hoodie.
Wow.
That's right. Can't turn that down. But Dan, really, thank you a lot.
Absolutely. You guys are amazing.
Sure, it was fun. You guys are fun. We like to try to do stuff like this. We like to get connected with other people. We like to meet people. I tell you, one of the best times we ever had when we started this channel was going down to Florida and meeting Father Fish. Yeah. What a great time that was, man.
He comes in here a lot.
I mean, we drove, I think it was a good 2 hours from Orlando, but we went down to Venice. We met him. We hung out all day. He gave us a tour of his shop. We interviewed him. That was the first interview he ever did on YouTube, was when Jack interviewed him. And that was also the first time. Cool. That was the first time he ever said on YouTube that the reason he was named Father Fish was because he was a father. Nobody knew that really. And so he told
As
that.
As in priest?
Yeah.
I mean, dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why he's Father Fish. And it's funny because I'm holding the camera and Jack's interviewing him. If you ever want to see that interview, it's on our channel. It's in our playlist.
I'm really going to.
And it's not the best. I mean, it's loud because there's, noise around, and we just kind of did it last minute. But I'm sitting there holding the camera, and he starts talking about it. And I go, wait a minute, is that why they call you Father Fish? And he goes, yeah, that's why they named my shop this, because I was a priest, and he used to do the same thing. He would get people into aquariums to like help them as a coping mechanism. The whole story is really neat.
Amazing.
It's really cool.
That is
It's really
really
cool
cool.
story. That was a great time. I'll never forget that, and Jack never will either. That was a great time.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
We went down this, to the Aquashella, Orlando, which was amazing. But I was hoping that he would keep the shop up at least till the end. But I didn't get to make it, but oh well.
Ames, you can't vote on there right now because it's shut down. They're going to turn it on any minute and let us know, hopefully, whether or not she won. If she did stay in first place, which we don't know yet, then a little window will pop up if you click on her. I'm checking now, and it's not open yet. A little window will pop up, and you can either vote through Facebook or you can make a donation to the Wounded Warriors, and for every $1 you donate, she gets a vote. So it's either way you want to do it. And there are days, like I said, that there are double vote days. So I always tell people, if you want to give $10 to the Wounded Warriors, do it on a double vote day, because she gets 20 votes and they get $10 and everybody wins. That's a great thing. But we don't know when those days will be. They're random.
Yeah.
So just check back every day. Just click on it. And actually, if you do donate, they'll send you an email reminding you. You can click on, hey, remind me, and they'll send you an email and say, hey, don't forget to vote for Pamela today.
Okay.
That's kind of neat too. I think she might just win this, guys.
Yeah. Well, tell her we're definitely here to support her, and hate we missed her, but tell her she's got our support for sure.
Well, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks so much, Jess. Thanks so much, Rocko. Everybody else. Thanks, Chewy. I always love talking to Chewy. I always love talking to Chewy.
Full of amazing. Oh God, he's so smart. He's just a mind full of everything. From one spectrum to the other, from rock and roll, heavy metal to fish.
Well, yeah, we have a lot in common. When we first started this, we started talking to him, and we just have all this stuff in common with the environment and the fish keeping and the health and wellness and the metal. I mean, we just have all this stuff in common, so we always talk. And
right.
And then he said, hey, send me a CD. And I only sent 2 people a CD. I sent one to him, and I sent one to Langan. And I told Langan, because she does, music and stuff, I said, it might not be your thing. And she goes, oh, I appreciate metal. And I sent her the CD, and then she emailed me back, and she goes, ooh, I like this. And I said, oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it.
Well, we're going to go out listening to the Moody Gardens rap from Stephen P. 2003. Hey, Dan, did you know that we had such amazing people that can do these fish songs?
Yeah, it's so fun.
Oh my God, it's like I'm like, all right, somebody else, give me another one. Somebody give me another one, because I try to play them every 30 minutes, one every 30 minutes. I was doing them all at one time in the middle, and that was just too much at one time. Yeah. But now I think separating it out has gotten to be a lot of fun, especially with Danny and the new one. But we're going to go out listening to Stephen P. 2003, the Moody Gardens in Galveston, Texas rap. We love you guys. Thank you again, Dan. Tell Jack hi, bye.
Peace out, folks.
Yeah, we will.
I'm
going to go ahead and jump down. Everybody have a great weekend.
I'm going to go ahead and jump down.
Okay.
Have an awesome weekend, guys.
Take care now.
I'm here at Moody Gardens, I beg your pardon. I gotta get the shot in this spot for my fish too. I wish you would move your ass, stop touching the glass. I hate to harass, but let me take a little vid right fast. Yeah, it's Nemo, it's Dory, we all know the story. But don't forget Bruce and Crush and Bubbles and Gil. See if you can find them and let me film. Now reef preservation is quite a virtue, and every creature in the ocean has evolved to hurt you. Always swimming around, not making a sound, but take you down, you won't be found. And the scary motherfucker is invading every bay now. Speaking of pain, this is insane. Look at these jellies and let these death monsters entertain. This spot is pretty placid, probably better on acid. The lights, the motion, dripping on the ocean. People call them jellyfish, but I think you got the notion. A fish is a fish, and this is a jelly. I'm telling you, fella, and this is called the X-umbrella. Nigeria, this might be my favorite area. You don't see this every day in Aquaria. And before we pivot from this exhibit, I must admit it, I got another jelly tidbit. If you've never been mired in Hydra, you might be surprised to find these guys reside in the same phylum. Hark, it's a shark, it'll bite you and leave a mark. It's kinda cool in a way, I could watch him all day, I say. But we gotta go, cause he's moving kinda slow. And I wanna pet a stingray. Now it's my first foray, but I can't see the moray. The eel, for real, up in the coral being steel. Not gonna try to find him while he's too busy hiding. Let's jump in the other line, I wanna see some seals. Of course I know my rhymes are forced. You're getting bored, you can't afford to hear no more. So here's my last report. It's a motherfucking seahorse. Surprise, bitch. It's a freshwater verse. I don't need to coerce or be terse. The song's getting worse. I just spit a random word like salami, so I can say, man, that's a big ass gourami. Now this is pretty weird, it's not my typical vibe, but if you're entertained, then I think you should subscribe and hit the like. I know it's trite, but the algorithm's always right, so tell the feed you want to see more of me, Stephen P. 2003.